change. We had to make them transitions, nigga. Transition. Transition.
Alright, what's up, man? I got two people, next to me today, and as you know, Coyote, she was with us before, and got my cousin, Christian. Y'all boys can go ahead and introduce yourself for me.
I'm Christian. Social media personality, aspiring. I'm usually always right, and I like to keep it that way.
I'm Coyote. I'm cool.
Damn,
that's all you need to know.
And a Pisces.
I'm a Pisces too.
I'm a Pisces too.
Yeah. What are you? What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
Evil.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah. Well, they're
Angry.
not evil. They're headstrong. They're very headstrong. And
Aries gives angry. You know what that means.
Yeah.
Aries be like,
that's
they do.
facts.
They give that vibe off like
Facts.
don't fuck with it. Like don't approach me. Because
Most
if you do, I
definitely.
might cuss you out.
I'm
No,
approachable now. I feel like I'm approachable, but
I don't know about
if you
approachable.
do funny shit, nah.
But how you know somebody? But they do funny shit themselves. But they don't. They like to sweep their shit under the rug
most
and
definitely.
focus on other people's stuff. I'm just kidding. That's not. Because Pisces, we're perfect though. We
No,
are.
literally.
We're the 12th.
The
we're
12th, so we contain everything.
Everything,
So you know what I mean? So we know what you're feeling.
Exactly.
You know what everybody feels.
We're
you know what I
mirrors.
mean?
Attacking me.
And then we
Okay.
have like one
I
fish
feel
in
you.
the spiritual world and one in like the earth
Alright.
world.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's why we have two fish.
Oh, wow.
One's in the like physical world and one's.
I got a
in the
Pisces
spiritual
tattoo, but it's like,
I have one too.
okay.
I know gangster. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Alright.
But yeah. Do you know about your like life path? Oh, sorry.
Oh no, you good. Keep
Oh,
going,
do you know
go
about your,
ahead.
like your life path numbers and all that stuff?
No, I don't.
Numerology?
I mean, I know the time I was born and all that, but I just don't. I
No,
haven't-
it like you add up like all the days of or all the letters of your name because it all like coincides with the Mosaic calendar or whatever. Like the
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, because every letter has a coexisting number to it, right? So you add that up and you get a number, and that's like your life path number. And then you add up like your birthday, like add it up until you get a single number, basically.
So tell me about your life path number.
My life path number is a 9. I am a humanitarian. That means I do stuff for the greater good. I have an old soul. Oh, trust me, I done looked all this up. I know about me.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I have an old soul. I put others first. I'm creative. Yeah, I'm cool as fuck.
I gotta add mine up to see what it is.
You have to. Or there's this thing called numerology.com, and it'll do it for you. Give you a whole video and tell you about yourself.
What is it called?
Numerology.com. But after, like, it gives you, like, your heart's desire, your soul path, and your life path number. Then after that, it'd be asking for money. So
Oh, okay.
that's all.
Yeah, I'm here for the free
That's
subscription.
all they give you. Yeah. Give you a quick little,
Okay.
little something, a little peek into who you are. Yeah. Okay. You can
I ain't
say
gonna lie, I
something.
might need to check that out though.
Yeah,
You should.
most
It's
yeah, you should.
numerology.com. It'll tell you like hi,
I do.
whatever your name is.
So you can get to know yourself. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
And it'll really like make you realize like, oh, so that's why this is like that. Or like your what's it called? Your alchemy, your what are they called? Archetypes.
Okay.
Like we have our soul is like made up of like our origin. You know about reincarnation and all that stuff, right? We choose
You
to
believe in
come
that?
here. Yes, I believe in it.
Yeah.
Your soul, I feel like your soul comes back until because there's karmic debt and everything that you have to pay off and generational
I'm gonna need proof.
curses.
That's all
and
I'm gonna
stuff.
need. You know what I mean? I understand what you're saying. I'm just gonna need like not saying.
Okay, look up.
I'm like show me God, but you gotta show me.
Look up.
And like facts, not saying factual evidence or like you know what I mean, like theoretical evidence.
Okay, well,
I
look
like,
up. There's like kids who
Need
have
solid.
like being reincarnated as like other people. Like there's this kid who he said he was reincarnated as one of the workers on the Titanic, and he was like he's like 7'5", 7'6", somewhere. And that age, and he was telling he was like they should have used steel for it instead of whatever they used out of this and that. And then come to find out, the man who was actually like working in the boiler room, who he was supposed to be reincarnated in, he did tell them to like use a different type of material because if they would have used that material, it would have withstood the iceberg. How do kids?
Yeah, is it? I mean,
explain that?
how old is this kid?
Like 5.
You don't think somebody telling him this information?
No,
I don't know.
not at all.
Seems like a badass little kid to me. You know what I mean? Trying to tap in.
Just say he reincarnated. He just bad.
Alright. Well, before we get into all of that, I do want to talk about this Sha'Carri situation. So I want to get both of y'all opinions, on this. Cause I got an opinion too, but I want to hear y'all first. You know, I don't care who go first, but
sheesh, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's like I feel as though, you know what I mean. She knew what she had on the lines when she was smoking. I do understand. I'm very empathetic, sympathetic, whichever the word is, about her mom passing. But at the end of the day, like, you was about to be, you know what I mean, one of the few Black Olympians, so you kind of knew what you was like had to risk. So it's like, you put that in the air so you can, you know what I mean, get high. And like, I mean, I like to get high, so you know what I mean. I don't know how she's doing it, but it's like, respectfully, it's like, it's you gotta give a lot, you know what I mean. You gotta give some, you know what I mean, to get something in return. So it's like, that was her give some. It's like, don't smoke, just don't smoke. You about to go to the Olympics, you know what I mean. That would be like CJ Cummins from our hometown. We hear that he's smoking, you know what I mean. He's probably going to be an Olympian, you know what I mean, when he come back from Tokyo. So it's like,
well, I just gotta say, if she would have been some other shade, she still be running the Olympics. Michael Phelps smoked weed.
Did he run
facts,
though?
He swim.
He was in the Olympics.
I feel like that's harder than running.
Did he get to like?
Yes, he's got medals and shit. He's still even after, and he even promotes weed smoking and stuff now.
Okay,
and he's still in the They should have stripped his medals away. Something.
How you feel about this, Sha'Carri?
I mean, I feel her on that, because if that was anybody else, and if she had already, if she had already participated in the Olympics, won gold medals, whatever, they probably would have tried to at least strip her. And you can't say they wouldn't try to throw that idea of stripping away her gold medals from her just because they feel like it's an performance enhancement drug.
The rules
when
are the
it's
rules.
not.
If she can smoke weed and still run fast, y'all need to give her 2 gold medals.
I get it though, but it's like,
if y'all know we live in a society to where, you know what I mean, if you look like this rather than like this, you get a little bit more privilege. Then it's just like, you kind of got to play the game.
That's true.
Like, just a little bit.
Yeah,
At least,
you
know what I
know
mean.
your
Like,
position,
you about to be
so
a Black
play your position
Olympian,
right,
an Olympian, Black Olympian. You know what I mean? Like, that's about to give us a whole lot of, you know what I mean. So
but I feel like she's smoking weed. She got high. She was going through a lot of shit mentally with her moms. We cope with different, in different ways. But it's just like, if she's still giving good work ethic and showing up on time, doing all this shit, what's the issue?
She's still running faster than
like,
everybody
come
else.
on, what's the issue?
I get what y'all saying, but what I'm saying is I don't make the rules, and these rules are already set. You get what I mean? So it's
she
like,
should have known what she was
these
doing.
rules are already set, and like,
That's facts,
this is in place, like.
I feel like
she's like, I know
You
if I
can't
smoke
fumble the
this,
bag like that for us.
Yeah,
Just
she's like, I know if I smoke this, there's a chance I might not be able to run.
Yeah, no, she knew that, and like that was in the that was the balancing thing for her. You know what I mean?
That was the
and she still smoked. So at the end of the day, that's the choice she made.
And
so
Japan
it's
is real like harsh when it comes to that shit, like weed. So I feel it, I guess.
Japan, United States, anywhere. You know what I mean? If that's the rules, don't smoke. Then you know what I mean. Wait till after the Olympics so they can strip your medal at least. Japan, you know what I mean? At least you would have had the medal. You would have
because they are hosting it, so they have like the say so and a lot of what's going on with the Olympics.
Yeah. It is what it is, though. You know what I mean? Like, respectfully, you shouldn't have been smoking if you want to be a Black Olympian, and that's just that on that. I'm sorry that you can't compete in anything. You know what I mean? But
is that in anything?
No. I thought she was able to compete in something else, but not the relay.
So they were like talking about that she would be able to compete in like the relay. So she can't compete. I mean, it is what it is, though. You know what I mean?
She can go sit in the stands.
Excuse me.
The odds are already stacked against us. That's all I'm saying. So it's like,
play your part right.
Don't give them a reason to like make us look like that. And like for me, it kind of made me
and to take away from you because they probably didn't want you to have it anyway.
It made me feel a type of way because it gives like Black people a look again. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Smoking. That's all. They
see us.
You know what I mean? People. Non-people of color like that, you know what I mean, try to say about us that we smoke weed, we outrageous, that and the third.
No, because all types of people fucking smoke weed and
okay,
shit.
but in America's eyes, in white America,
yes,
they're gonna see us. That's what they like see us as gangster thugs. Why do you think they so scared? They have no history. There's no reason for them to be scared of us. If you look at history, we should be terrified of them. Look at what they've done. Yes. I'm just saying they have no reason. Because I seen on Oprah where she did this race experiment or whatever, I think it was Dr.
Dr. Phil.
No, it wasn't Dr. Phil. It's a Black activist, Dr.
Umar?
Sebi. That's not Dr. Sebi. Or maybe it was Muhammad Drew. I don't know. Somebody was talking about how like
you're not talking
I
about
don't
Umar?
understand like why no.
Umar Johnson?
No, maybe that's him. Maybe that's him. Does he have glasses? He's kind of light skinned.
No, not Umar is not light skinned.
Okay, then that's not him. But he was talking
Or
about how like
I don't feel like he's credible either.
he was like talking to like the white people and stuff and like trying to like figure out their racism. And this one white lady, she stands up. She was like, well, I think the reason why we act the way we do is because whenever we think of black people, we think of like violence and murder and this that. But how? Look at the history. Who murdered and who was violent towards who?
You're right.
How?
Never.
You're 100% right.
Oh, hi! Don't do that, Mom.
You're 100% right.
Exactly.
That's facts, though.
So anyway, that's why I think if she was white, I don't care. If she was white, she'd still be running.
I don't think
or
so.
Something.
I honestly,
Michael Phelps still swimming.
I get what y'all saying.
No.
I just don't think so. You know what I mean? We can't say what.
Or they would
Would've
let her.
been
They would
if
let her
they-
compete in
well,
something.
If
it was someone white, they probably would have got punished, but not as bad as
Exactly.
her.
They would have let them compete in something.
No, I don't think
They
so.
would have let them
Okay.
compete in something.
I mean, okay.
Okay.
That might be the case. You know what I mean? I can't say that because it hasn't happened. But I'm just trying to say like.
I wish we could do social experiments like that.
In a world to where I think, you know what I mean, that we're holding
A
everybody.
world that I wish we were.
At least I think in 2021 where we like, you know what I mean, as far as we are, I feel like in a world where we holding everybody accountable, I feel like
But not everybody's held accountable.
if a white
equally,
girl
though.
or if a white boy was smoking weed and anybody had a whiff of it, at least, you know what I mean, at least there's one black person on the committee, you know what I mean, the Olympics, at least somebody would have said something. They would have made an issue about it. You know
But
what
still,
I mean?
they would have.
Like,
They still.
I don't
All right,
know.
yeah, maybe that one person would have said something, but they would have got overruled.
But we speaking about hypotheticals.
Because even
Yeah, we
you
are. We
right,
don't
but
know.
You know what I mean?
even
We not
even-
on the committee.
It's not.
even a black person at that level
Michael
still
Phelps,
probably would be some
something
bullshit.
happened with Michael Phelps, though. Even though he might still compete now, something happened back then with Michael Phelps. I remember he lost
For a
That's
minute,
hard.
yeah.
He lost endorsements, all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
just like if they hold that white man accountable, if this is the white man's world and we're holding that white man accountable, then
Why
they
should
definitely
actually
gonna
be
hold
accountable?
Sha'Carri Richardson
Oh,
accountable.
yes, of
like
course they are.
to like, you know what I mean, to the white meat at least.
Yes,
I don't know.
They was just looking, waiting for her to do.
But
something.
and
Gotcha.
that's my issue with it. It's just like if
She
you
knew
know
that.
They
they
always
were with a
waiting.
magnifying
Yeah.
glass on you already, why would you slip up? I get that your mom had what
Passed.
she was past, had what she had going on, all that stuff. But it's just like
That's not an excuse, really. You knew what was on the line.
this is still your
True.
livelihood.
I
After your
feel you.
mom
I
dies, this
feel
is
you.
still your livelihood, your legacy. You know what I mean? Like you making something for your mom's name, your family name, all
Yeah,
that.
so
People that
now-
come after you before you, all that. You know what I mean? Your ancestors make
Now you
everybody
gotta-
proud. But it's like
And what the Olympics is like? What every 4 years?
4, 5,
So now
6
she
years.
gotta
Don't
wait.
quote us.
Yeah,
But you know
please
what I mean? But
She gotta wait now.
she gotta
That's
wait now to
crazy.
be a black Olympian. But I mean, of course, she, you know what I mean, she gonna excel in other things.
There's
but-
a black dude in they have skateboarding in the Olympics this year, and a black dude's in that.
I mean, I guess that's
So,
good.
woo.
I mean, I'm not trying to say I guess, but I mean,
You guess. I mean, you might not
I
be
ain't
into that, but
trying to
that's
say
but
guess.
that's-
I'm just trying to
yeah.
say, you know what I mean?
That's the goal.
That's a good thing, though.
For
That's
real.
crazy. One, they're putting skateboarding in the Olympics too. It's a black dude.
because when you think about skateboarding, when you think about
I feel what y'all saying.
Darling.
you feel me?
Yeah, my boyfriend is a skateboarder.
Because the only thing you gonna see black people mostly in the Olympics is track or basketball.
Running, javelin, shot
And
put, baby.
I'll say soccer too.
I mean, they in soccer.
You
I
have
mean, I feel like they in
Yeah,
all the
Brazilians.
sports, but I mean, I
Yeah.
just feel like, you know what I mean, the sports in which, you know what I mean, black people are highlighted are the sports in which they're highlighted. Like, and that's not
That's not one of the sports.
That's not skateboarding. That's not, you know what I mean, like whatever. I don't know.
Well, maybe we should be. Take it all. They try to take our stuff. Take their stuff. Let's start polo and what do you call it, cricket and all that stuff.
I mean,
Water
since
polo.
I guess since we talking about race, what about what were you telling me about the George Floyd thing you was talking about? You know what I mean? Can you, I guess, update me, because I mean, I haven't been really looking into it because I kind
I've
of
seen
like
a little
this.
something
I
about
kind
it.
of
Got
disconnected
22
from
years?
it after.
From
After
the,
they- yeah,
from
after
the
they
last
didn't-
thing,
It's just like I'm kind of
You think from the
disconnected in
beginning?
general because you know what I mean, like from what history shows and like what's been happening to people who have been like hurting people of color. You know what I mean, like be it the police or be it
Since-
whoever. You get
Yes,
what I mean?
and
It's
no
just
one
like-
else doing anything
it's,
about
it's
it.
nothing really happening, so it's just like I kind of disconnected from it.
But no, you shouldn't.
I mean-
That's when you should like even be even more connected and go out and do stuff and like show them like y'all can't keep doing this. Like
Of course, I mean,
We've
but
been
it's just
quiet
like
for a minute
it's just
now.
like We can protest, you know what I mean? Violently protest, positively protest.
Let's
you
go
know
run
what
up
I mean?
in the
But
White
it's just
House like them motherfuckers did. Let's go run up in the Capitol.
I
It's
mean,
it's like, what else do we do though? You know what I mean? Literally, it's like
from
Fight.
the last
we
shit
can't
I
change
read,
Peace
people's
or war.
mindset. You know, we can't change people's mindsets.
from the last thing I read, I mean, he definitely got 22 and a half years.
Okay,
Some people feel like
he should have got life.
Exactly.
You know.
The
Kill
death
somebody,
penalty.
But
That was like torture. That wasn't
that's
just
another thing. You get what I mean?
murder.
Like the type of
And then the
black
type
people
of
get life
charges.
sentences over like marijuana, non-violent crimes.
But then they
non-lethal
make it
crimes.
legal.
The charges
turn
he
around and
got
make it legal.
included like, I think manslaughter
Manslaughter.
and some other shit like.
But see, manslaughter,
I
that
think-
was not
Was
manslaughter.
it first
that was
degree
murder.
murder?
Manslaughter
some
is
shit. Second.
manslaughter is like an accident. He purposely
Basically.
kept his knee
Right.
on that man's neck.
After he said, "I can't breathe,"
I can't
And, like,
breathe. Help,
other
get me up.
fucking
And had
charges,
his
too.
hands on his.
But I did read I think his defense attorney,
Sorry, I got you.
defense team filed for like a motion to like, I don't want to say retrial, but for some bullshit.
Yeah.
I guess
Right.
to try to lessen his sentence, but it's just like, nah, give that nigga what the fuck he deserved, man, because that shit wasn't right.
No,
He knew
most
exactly what the
definitely
fuck he was
wasn't
doing.
But see, we can't do nothing.
Yeah, and that's how I kind of be in a sense. That's why I be kind of.
But see, and you know what? That's why it keeps
it'll
going
spark
on.
so much emotions. Though.
But see, the thing is, that's why it keeps going on because of the mindset. I'm just one person. I can't do nothing. But if we all had like the mindset of, okay,
But we don't.
I'm doing little,
But we
it's
don't.
not much, but it's something. Then imagine what we could do. It's not much, but it's something. If every little person was like, it's not much, but it's something, rather than I'm only one person. What can I do?
I get the glass, you know what I mean, halfway full type, you know what I mean, like
Yeah, the first step.
ideology, but it's just like
You're a
I like it.
raindrop in an ocean, bro. You can start.
I don't know.
You can do it.
I'm
We
gonna be
can.
honest, bro.
Everything starts with a spark. Just a thought. Everything
I'm
starts
gonna
with a
be
thought.
honest.
everything does start with a spark, but like when you know what I mean, when we have issues in the community that already, you know what I mean, that kind of marginalize us in general, you know what I mean, it's hard to come as
Well,
one.
we need to fix ourselves as a community.
But
Because
how?
what is it?
How?
What does it say? Country cannot be conquered until it destroys itself from within. Why do you think
That
we're
is
being?
true.
Come on now,
You
because
gotta
we're fighting each
destroy
other.
I
before
know
you
you
get
would like
to
that.
it.
I know
You
would
gotta
like
destroy
that.
shit before
Revolution.
you
Nah, for real. What you mean?
I feel like the only way shit would change if we get back to like Black Panther type shit.
Exactly.
Them motherfuckers was defending themselves, shooting back at these motherfuckers. For real.
Yeah, like defend
Like,
ourselves and
seriously.
stuff, but maybe not as like
They-
violent and shit. Maybe like we need to. It's knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. As long
That
as we,
too.
like I feel like we have to get up into the ranks. Like we become police officers.
Like-
we become the lawyers.
Right,
we become
but, like,
the judges. We become
That
the
type
US
of work
Senate.
is what we're
We
not
do
doing
that.
though. You get what I mean? And just like
Do it.
we're in 2020. It's like we're in 2021. You know what I mean? This mindset of like breaking free has been
Yes.
here ever since like the Black Panthers and before
Yes.
them. And
But
it's just
we
like it's
sleep,
been like
we
30, 40, almost 50
Yeah.
years. I don't know how long.
We
but
waking
it's just
up
like
now.
we still stay in this like same type of like complacent mindset.
Because
to where
we are
do
we are a
nothing.
peaceful people. We're not programmed to kill and be barbaric like they are. That's how we got conquered, honestly. But like I don't know, we ain't our ancestors.
I mean,
Take a shot.
Okay. Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't. I feel it, but see, I done lost my train of thought. Damn.
You know what y'all can do? Uplift your black women, because those are the ones who were supposed to be out there on the front lines and who were supposed to switch shit. They really are. Like, even back in the day, the black women they're the original women. They are the
I feel like we should uplift men just as much.
I mean, yes, we
Uplift
should,
women.
but you as men should uplift the black woman, because if it was not for a black woman, nobody would be here. None of us would be here.
Yeah, of course.
Nobody.
That's true.
She is the original
Well,
woman.
Of course.
She is the
but
manifestation of God.
I was about to quote something.
And we
But
are
I
the
feel like
most we're the most unprotected, most like fault, most like I don't know, we're put down a lot, like we're unprotected. and
black
like,
trans women are also the most.
Exactly,
I mean,
even more
black
so,
trans
though.
women,
I
not
feel like
trans.
even more so.
Black trans women are the most unprotected.
And it doesn't matter, women. Listen,
Most
trans,
disrespected,
trans or not, you're a
unappreciated
woman.
But look
people
at it
in
from this. If you
America.
gonna get into that,
But I'm
this
sorry.
is. I feel like part of the reason why. Part of the reason why black trans women or just trans women in general
Or women
are
in general.
disrespected
Why does it matter if they're
because
trans?
they don't have the respect to let a man know that they are trans.
That's not.
So
That's
motherfucker,
not.
that's why
That's
some
not
of
every
them
case
get them.
though. That's not every case.
It's not
though.
every case,
That is
but that's
so
some of it.
So in the cases, that is some of it. But like in a lot of the cases, 99. Like I don't want to say 99, but like 90% of the cases, just like
And
you
everybody
can
don't
clock,
have to be okay
you can
with that
clock,
shit,
and I
man.
don't mean to say that, but you can clock. You know what I mean? A woman from not being a woman. I don't care what nobody says. You clock.
Yeah, if
I'm
you
there,
don't
you
There's
know,
some
Sha'Carri,
women that really
Sha'Carri,
look. I mean, some
you know what I
trans
mean?
that really look like a woman. You
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
never tell.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
But there's something about them you can tell. Their shoulders. There's.
I
the
promise
body
you.
language.
I promise you, it's a
There's-
sign. I promise
don't
you, it's
know.
a sign. I promise you, there.
Exactly. I'm
No, I
trying
mean
to tell
a lot
you.
of the times.
Nah,
but,
that's
like,
what you do.
in this
Look for the
community
Adam's
to where
apple.
you know what I mean, men know. You know what I mean. If they're dealing with trans women, they know. You know what I mean. It's like honestly and
Hold
truly,
up.
like as many trans women
Charles
has been
on
killed. Trans women are not like. Not telling men anymore, you know what I mean? Because they know they're getting killed. So it's like men are killing them on the lines of because they don't want people to know that
Think
they
that
are
they're-
dealing with trans women.
Because
You know
they
what I
don't
mean?
want people to think they gay. It don't
So
matter.
it's
That's
like-
a vagina.
It's I don't know. It's just like I said, black trans women are the most disrespected. You know what I mean? People in America right now. So I mean, and respectfully.
Because even their own communities don't really accept them. Because, you know, black people. you
Yeah,
know,
but
you-
but it's just like and so like what.
You get your respect. You make them give you respect.
But you can't make.
But
make people-
see like. That's a fight I
Just
had to
don't
give
fool
up.
with 'em.
Making
Yeah,
people give
just
me
don't fool
respect.
with 'em.
You know what I
Don't
mean?
fool with 'em.
You got to give that up because it's just like you cannot change nobody's mindset. It's just like you can protest and you know what I mean. You
can
can
put a
give
flower in the
examples.
asshole,
You know what I
just
mean?
can't make it a
Like you know what I mean. Show them the light, literally, of like what it is, and they'll still you know what I mean choose to think in this
Exactly.
dark mindset. So.
Because that's what they're comfortable
kinda,
with. That's what they're used to. So that's what they're like. I'm a stick
Yeah, I mean,
to this
of course, we
mindset.
respect
I'm scared of
ourselves, but like,
change.
it would be ideal to live in a community to where like some things like that, you know what I mean, were very frivolous. You know what I mean? That did not
like back
matter.
in the day.
Minute, you know what I mean? Like
You
gotta
are you. You
understand,
are whatever
man,
your name
like,
is. It don't
that
matter what
happens
you're
sometimes.
doing.
But
It's like that because
it's pissing me
we,
off because I know guys who like, you know what I mean, try to act like, you know what I mean, like they don't be knowing girls be trans women, like these celebrities who get caught up. Like it's kind of
You
crazy
know.
how people do that. Like
I don't know.
it's
man.
like
It don't mean you gay. It's a vagina.
if you're dealing with somebody like, it's,
But if you think about
Every
how many
situations-
men really thinking about like real in-depth details to know that niggas really just looking at
They don't care.
Adam's apple.
No, the thing is they don't care. So why does
One
it
thing
matter
about
if it
trans
don't matter
women-
before
trans
you had
women-
sex with, or why it matter after?
if they're like, if you can't tell, right, and you say sometimes you can't tell, that's a sign. When I'm not
maybe
trying to
you
say when a
gay.
girl is like too perfect, because trans women, if they're unclockable and they're too perfect, that's a very much sign.
But you
to me.
even have
Yes.
It's like
you
You
even
have
have
too much work done.
It's
There's
like,
something not right.
me.
Let
Like
me see
if
a
I
flaw.
can clock it, you know what I mean, and I don't even be on that type of time. You get what I mean? I know guys who like be looking at women all the time, know how a woman walk, you know what I mean? And I know, you know what I mean, people of the LGBT
Body
community
language.
make things go there. But it's just like, I don't understand
How you don't know?
how you don't know.
No one's gonna
It's like
know.
it's you're right.
No
No,
one's
one's gonna
gonna
know.
know.
But that's
gonna
that's
know.
how they feel. But guys do be knowing. It's kind of like it's really unbecoming for
That's
you know
your
what I mean.
fault.
For you know what I mean, people
Whenever
to
it
be like
come
that.
out, they be like, "Oh no!"
Especially when you like
How dare you be?
when these guys seek these
who
women.
you didn't
So
They
you
say
go out
you
looking with
were.
trans women.
So you telling me when that shit happened to Bobby V, Bobby Valentino, he knew.
Yes, he knew.
Oh.
He's sweet. I'm sorry. Let's
Hello? It's like
He's sweet.
okay, Sha'Carri. Okay. Apparently he didn't do his research. So Bobby, this is not Bobby Valentino's first time being caught in a trans type of situation. So it's just like everybody cannot be lying. You get what I mean? Like, so if
I don't know what camera to look at, but
I get one person saying something, that's hearsay. You know what I mean? One situation, that's hearsay.
And
then
we hear from
even if
somebody
it's hearsay, it's something to that hearsay. You get what I mean? It's a little bit of truth to that hearsay.
exactly.
So it's like,
maybe it's not what they did, but they did something kind of like.
I don't know. It's just like
And then when you hear it from somebody else,
Bobby Valentino, he likes trans women. And that just is what
boys.
Maybe he just likes
allegedly.
women, period.
Bobby Valentino allegedly likes trans women.
He gonna say allegedly,
And
just
you
in
know what I
case
mean?
he try
Because
to
you know what I
sue.
mean. I wasn't there. I wasn't there to see him. You know what I mean?
You
Have
just
those
feel like
dealings
women
with
don't
trans
We
women.
all know.
But you know what I
It
mean?
ain't me.
And there's
There
nothing
are-
wrong with that.
It's it's definitely not
It's-
nothing
I
wrong
feel
with
like
that.
it's wrong
definitely
when
not
you try
nothing
to
wrong.
hide it. That's what I feel
It-
like is wrong. Because that's when you try to hide it. Is that's when it's wrong. Like if
So-
you like that and that's what you like,
So when
and
you say hide it, so you want guys to like, you know what I
Be
mean?
open
Go
and
on
be like,
Facebook,
yes, I'm-
go on
yes,
Facebook and
I
say
like men.
I'm trans attracted.
Yes,
I'm
I
trans
am
attracted.
real.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like honestly,
Just but I have no problem
People-
with dating a trans woman because
I don't
I see her
understand.
as a woman because she is.
I don't wanna-
she's a woman now. Like
I don't
feel
understand
like,
the sick
yeah.
obsession. I'm not saying you have it or Sha'Carri
I mean,
or anybody in this room. But I don't
Okay,
understand
what
the
is
sick
it?
obsession with knowing somebody's
Sexual orientation.
It's like what we do in the bed literally be 7
my
minutes,
problem.
10 minutes, you know what I mean? Across the board. Heterosexual, homosexual, whatever it is.
It don't matter.
It be 10 minutes, 12 minutes.
Pansexual.
You know what I mean? 20 minutes at the most. You get what I mean? So it's like, why does that little piece of someone's life really matter? You know what I mean? For you to invalidate their like blackness,
so
their manhood, everything. Like,
so
why
you
does that
can
matter?
judge them even more, so you
I have
cannot
to
focus
know.
on yourself and judge them and pick at them, so you don't have to.
I mean,
yourself.
I'm not gonna lie.
And
You
it's-
and we
it
talked
is.
about it before.
Let me
I
take a
feel
shot
like
because, yeah.
I feel like I'm not saying there's nothing wrong
I
with you
take a
being
shot.
gay because I don't give a fuck because I know what I
No.
like.
No.
Because
But
It's
I
nothing
just feel
wrong
like
with
it's
it.
something like when
It's
you
not-
when
he's
you
not
when you a
gay.
type of
He's
nigga
him.
that's in the streets and
He
you
like what he
acting
like.
hard and doing it, it's just like
Yeah, okay.
No,
I
you can act
have
hard
an
and
issue with
still-
that. I
you
have
can
an
be-
issue with that. I
Oh,
have
so
an
you
issue with
want
that.
them to be-
So tell me,
Oh, man.
tell me why. Why, you know what I mean, these things can't happen simultaneously. Me being gay and me being whatever.
masculine. You
Masculine.
can't be gay and masculine.
I'm not saying you can't be
That's
masculine
what
because
you
it
just
is
said.
masculine gay.
Yeah,
men.
you
I'm
can't.
talking
you know,
about
like, you don't want.
I can't be no hard,
like-
hard ass dude out here in the
can't be
streets
honcho.
and be gay. Why
I
not?
can't.
Matter of fact, no, I take that back.
Yeah, you have to take
right,
that back.
Y'all right
Respectfully.
because I do like on deployment. It is this dude I met and I'm real cool. He live in Columbia too and he gay. But when you see him, you would never think he gay. Like you would think he just.
That's because you don't think that about people.
I mean,
you just go
I
walk
know,
around
I know
thinking
that, but
he
you will
gay,
never-
he gay.
But
Nah,
it's just
he not
like
gay.
we have
You
to
feel me?
we have to pull sexual orientation from the front of the
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
conversation
Why
all the
does
time.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
Why does that
is
matter?
so-
Why do you think?
If I am a gay man to a straight man, I'm sorry. If I am a gay man to a straight man, I am trying to figure out what relevance does that have to you? Because if I do
You're
this,
not gay.
Like I said, I don't.
if I do
care.
this and you do this, you know what I mean? If we do two different things, we don't even exist on the same spectrum, nor are we getting the same thing.
So why does it matter?
So
Facts.
for a
Facts.
straight
There's no
man, I
competition
have
for
to
you.
understand why does me being gay
Because
matter?
you know how they objectify women. They're scared of a gay man objectifying them because they do it to women all the time.
But it's
Oh,
just
I don't-
like
That's what it is.
But with
see,
that, I don't
it's
give a
weird.
fuck
It's weird
because I was
because
always taught that like if a gay man give you a compliment,
You
you
pretty.
should think that you
You know what I mean? Like, top tier.
For real.
Shit,
top
I don't
tier.
really give a
But-
fuck
but
about that
it's
shit.
like it's like
You feel me?
Wait,
I
what did you just
appreciate
say again?
You
I'm
feel me?
That's
sorry.
because
Like,
they don't
no.
just be throwing out compliments.
Damn, I forgot what I was about to say, but
Oh,
anyways,
well,
you know what I mean?
Ask what I was gonna say. It wasn't important.
You know what I mean? Just like I watch this thing on, you know what I mean, YouTube. People think gay men are, you know what I mean, this one thing, but there are just so many different representations of a gay man. So, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Really get to know it. Follow me on Instagram at FUKCHRSTIAN. Christian on Instagram. You know what I mean? We really get into some things over there on my YouTube. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But gay men are not a monolith. Gay men, you know what I mean? It's like people like to think that, you know what I mean? It's either one of the two extremes. I'm DL hood gay man, secretly gay, or I wear a
Flamboyant.
dress. You know what I mean? And there's no in between. No guys like, you know what I mean, who just you know what I mean? We know what I mean? I don't know.
It doesn't matter who you are, black man, red man,
Gay man, straight man.
a gay man can be an asshole, a straight man can be an
Facts.
asshole.
Facts.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Facts.
To further my point, sexual orientation needs to go to the back of conversations. You get what I mean? Because that does not
It
matter,
doesn't matter.
especially
so
if
I'm
I
gay.
have no plans, if you have no plans, straight man, to be sexually involved with me, that shouldn't be a conversation. You know what I mean? Like
That's facts, though.
That's just
That's
that.
facts.
That's why I said
Okay,
it
so since
doesn't
we
matter.
on this, how do y'all feel about, you know, and I'm not saying that the LGBTQ community don't
Element
deserve
of
rights.
community.
Yeah, or that. You know,
That's what I call it.
I'm not saying y'all don't deserve rights, but do you feel like people should feel some type of way when you know that community gets rights before the black community and the whole get the rights?
Yeah, hold on. So basically,
because
you know what I mean?
we've been going through shit for the longest.
Right.
You feel me?
But you know what I mean? Since slavery, you know what I mean? Since we want to talk about, since we've been going through stuff, since slavery, you were able to marry a girl like Coyote. You get what I mean? Ever
Right.
since that time. So gays getting the rights, you know what I mean? The equal rights as straight people.
And
is
being
not,
open with it and
It's
being
not
able to-
being, you know what I mean? It's not like, it's not a pedestal. It's us being equal. And also, gays are still black people. So black people
That's
are
facts.
still
That's facts.
progressing. So when people say there's no legislation,
Yes.
there's no rights,
facts.
there's no this and that
'Cause
for,
when one person
for,
win, we
for
all
black
win.
people, but when
I'm a gay black person today. Then
when there are
when one
laws
person wins,
passed
we all win.
for gay people, you know what I mean? Best believe that black people are in that mix. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So it's like
It's a win for all
it's
of
kind of
us.
unbecoming for black people to say that gay people are just getting rights and not blacks are just getting rights. Because it's just like, are you trying to say black people gay people aren't black? Or, you know,
There's no black gay people.
Is that what you insinuating? You know what I mean? My blackness is revoked because I am gay. I am completely separate from the community. That's what that feels like when people say that. I'm not trying to say you or anybody in the room or anybody in a 100-mile radius of this. But basically, I'm saying like it's very unbecoming of a people when, you know what I mean? It's like, that's like you saying you mad at a black woman get like a law being passed for black women. You get what I mean? Because it doesn't benefit you.
Right.
It's like black. That's like
it's not
all
passed for
matters.
black people because it's just passed for black women.
That's all lives matter.
But when laws are passed for black gay people, it's not passed for black gay people. It's passed for just gay people,
not the black ones though.
It's like
facts.
It's like that's kind of disrespectful. I get what you're saying, but there was also a law passed about, you know what I mean, black people. There are many laws passed. There are constitutional rights for black people.
We do, but
black
we're not
people,
educated about it because we don't educate ourselves on knowing the law.
Knowledge is power.
It's like, come on,
and I feel like we need to learn the law more.
People have more.
Yes.
People have just in general have more rights than, you know what I mean, LGBTQIA, you know what I mean, EFGIQ,
community,
you know what I mean, everybody in
community.
a radius, you know what I mean, community. So it's just like y'all kind of it's a give or take. Let us get some, you know what I mean, so we all can be equal, so we all can fight together. Because honestly, it feels like my gay fight. It feels like my gay fight is a little bit more intense than my black fight. Because my black fight it's intense, but my gay fight is a little bit more intense because I deal with it from black people.
It's because
I deal from the black people. My gay fight, and I deal with my black fight from white people. So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's like,
the one thing I always say though about like the black community when we talk down on gay people is just like we basically treat gay people in the black community how white people treat us.
And yes, exactly. And so I'm confused about the division. I'm confused how marginalized people, you know what I mean, who were marginalized, enslaved, all that, you know what I mean, treated wrongly, you know what I mean, can do this to people of their own community instead of being loving. You know what I mean?
Believe
I will not believe that y'all are whitewashed to believe. I won't believe that. That's why y'all don't accept gay people.
No. In the religion aspect, being gay is looked down upon, so that's what we were
in 1946. In 1946, it said
that's why people believe that.
In 1946, fact check me if you want to. In 1946, the Bible was changed. The King James version was changed, and it said,
James is full of shit.
It was said, man should not lay with boy. Two, man should not lie with man.
No, it's saying that a grown up should not lie with
a child. You know what I mean? Like pedophilia.
That's
of course that's completely unacceptable. But it's just like for that
back in the Greek and Roman days.
For that to be such a recent change, not even 100 years old. You know what I mean?
Dang.
And for people of the Christian community, right? You know what I mean? Look it up.
You said recent change, but they really trying to put that
in 1946.
Have sex
1946. 1946.
That's what
all these powers, people and powers to be, like they really like
that's
shit
what
like that.
That's what society's trying to do now.
Yes, they really trying to do that shit.
Pedophilia legal.
That shit is not.
No, but
cool,
that's not cool. But it's just like
not.
It's like
that's what I was saying.
My point is for you to say that religion thing is just like we gotta do our research. You know what I mean? Gays were, you know what I mean, not really gays, and it wasn't really an issue for real, till 1946. You know what I mean? Not even 100 years ago, but you know what I mean?
Wasn't it like AIDS?
It's about to come up on, like, you know what I mean?
They try to say AIDS came from.
Well, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? That's a whole different conversation. If you want to have that conversation with me, you can come on my YouTube, Christian's Corner,
it came
on YouTube.
It came
from a lab.
It definitely came from a lab. What were we just talking about? I kind of lost it.
Okay, we're talking about the fight with like you being black and gay, and then we got
basically the Bible and how
just like I said, in 1946 it was changed from man should not lay with child to man should not lay with man. Demonize a whole community, and you know what I mean. Instead of demonize the whole homosexual community, not the pedophilic community. You know what I mean? Because that's okay, I guess. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like literally in 2021, we still have ongoing trials with people who are, you know what I mean, proven child molesters, proven child predators, allegedly. You know what I mean?
All that's wild though.
But
in the law, like 16-year-olds have the right to like have sex.
But no,
So that's like
when I say
you might not really
pedophilia,
think it, but
the
that's
law
like
don't
really
mean
one
shit.
step
when I
that's
say
always been
pedophilia,
around.
when I say pedophilia, I'm really talking about kids 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
That's pedophilia
Like, you know what I mean?
too.
No,
Like,
no.
and
I
you
feel
like
you.
fucking in your
25.
40s, 50s,
I feel
Oh,
you.
no, that's pedophilia.
20s.
She don't have to
Fuck
be your
no.
granddaughter.
But it's like,
But it's according to what state.
I just really want to
It
drop
don't
that.
matter.
I
That's
want to
okay.
drop that gem on y'all. Like in 1946, that was changed to demonize
I
the
like
whole
that
community.
gem.
And then in the 1970s, 1980s, there was a whole eradication method.
No one asked a question
I.e.
like why was this
I.e.
changed?
AIDS, you know what I mean, to eradicate a whole community. And listen, I
Because
want to
people are
know
stupid and they
why
don't
the
ask questions.
amount of people that was dying that it was not declared a global pandemic. You get what I mean? But because it was.
Because they made it. It was for population
Oh,
control. They
okay.
controlled the black community.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. Like I said, in 1946, it was changed. It's not even 100-year-old like type of like, you know what I mean, precedent. So it's like that's not a
My thing
thing.
is, I don't know
That's
how
not a
people
thing.
haven't figured it out.
That's
that
not a
they have
thing.
Been distributing like
That's not a
drugs
thing.
among the community because one, they lock up the drug dealers, take all their drugs, and then all of a sudden the drugs are back
Didn't
out
I
on
say
the
this?
street again.
Didn't I tell you that?
How?
Right?
No,
You give
he
that-
said
Didn't
it.
I told him this.
Sha'Carri,
Because we was talking
That's
about
what
it in the
they
guns
do.
aspect.
Sha'Carri said this, and
We
when
was
I
talking
said
about that in
Sha'Carri
the
was
guns
this.
aspect.
That's what they do.
Being if me in 2021,
He worked for them. He know.
If me in 2021,
No. I work in the military. Police. Fuck
No, you
Don't say
work for
that.
the
I know
government.
FBI type shit.
You know what they do.
If me in 2021 and I can have this realization, you know what I mean, in 2021,
Awakening.
I don't understand how somebody in 1980, at least from 1980 to 1990, you know what I mean, that 10-year span, cannot have this realization. You get what I mean?
Because
and
they
we
were
have
slaves.
done nothing about it. We are still in 2021.
Christian,
Hold on.
No,
We are
I'll
still
let
in
you finish. I'll let you
2021
finish.
talking about what the government did to us instead of what we did to the government. We are in 2021.
Do something to the government.
We are in 2021
Y'all better stop. I'm
talking
just
about,
kidding.
you know what I mean, how the
America.
government put this in the hoods and that in the hoods, and we know this, and we still do the same
But
thing.
this is the
Hold
thing.
on, i.e. Chicago, Detroit, Chicago, wherever,
York.
New York, you know what I mean? Pennsylvania, Atlanta,
there's
you know what I mean,
Detroit.
Miami,
Yeah, you said Detroit.
everywhere where, you know what I mean, where like, you know what I mean,
Big
crack,
cities.
coke, everything, drugs like that are prevalent. We know that they put these in this community, and we still push it.
Christian.
Yes.
Christian.
We
Let
still
me
push
tell
it.
you.
We
Let me
still
tell
push it.
you.
Hold on. It's like almost like 50% of the community that still wants to be ghetto, ratchet.
Yes,
Still
they're
wants, you know what I mean?
slaves.
Doesn't want to like, you know what I
Okay.
mean, progress to something different because, you know what I mean, honestly and
Still
truly,
slaves, they
with
still
all
on
due
the
respect,
ship.
you know what I mean? I do feel like we
It's
are
a
greater.
mind.
You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah,
just
they're
like,
still on that slave ship.
I hate to put it on that type of thing, but I just feel like, you know what I mean, genetically, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but genetically,
They were told so long.
we are
We
greater.
are.
So it's just like we don't do anything.
Oh, you mean-
we don't do anything to
Because
further
I thought he was gonna say
anything. You know what I mean? We just
Yeah.
like
Let me tell you
we
this,
choose
though.
to lay down
Let me tell you
when
this.
we can get up.
Okay, Kanye. Slavery was a choice.
When we can get up and stay up. But we choose to lay down and stay down and then watch everything and then, you know what I mean, call it all. You know what I mean? And do
Yeah, instead
nothing
of do something
about it.
Let me
That's
tell
it.
you this, though.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Cancel me if you may, but we don't do anything about it.
This is-
we don't team up to do anything. We just don't.
No, we do
this
something for a
is-
little bit for like the first 3 days
this is
of
the
an
thing.
event, and then
the government wanted to. The
Okay,
government
I'm here.
wanted they wanted to
He worked for them.
criminalize weed for the hippies and criminalize heroin and crack for the black community. I definitely shared a fucking post that was in the actual news article I have on my Facebook. I can go look right now and find it.
Okay.
I feel you in what you saying, but this throwing drugs and throwing guns in the hood is something that they knew would be a long-term effect. I get what you're saying about, we still, falling for the okie doke and shit, but when you come from that environment and that's all you fucking know and you don't have nobody to really fucking
so
guide
we're
you,
doing them their job. We're
All right,
doing
so-
them
that's all you fucking know, and you just gonna have to see for yourself if you don't have no
guidance.
OGs,
But
no guidance,
but
no
see,
nothing.
but it
I'm
shouldn't
trying
have to be like that.
It's
When,
generational
It shouldn't, but that's just how it is. That's
you
they
said
knew it was
generational
gonna be.
curses, but
That's
I
what
call
that
it
is.
ignorance. I call it extreme
It's the
ignorance
general-
because it's just like.
Man,
If
they
Sha'Carri can break it down and deduce it like that, I'm pretty sure there was a nigga in the 80s, in the 90s, in the early 2000s, in
But
the
I-
2010s. Hold on, that can deduce it just like how Sha'Carri deduced it, and we in 2021 still kind of in the same
But
situation.
I grew up around
Because people
OGs.
scared.
I
Don't
grew
nobody-
up
don't
around
nobody
older
listen,
people
and
actually
everybody's
trying to
scared,
guide
everybody
us.
sleep. And if
Like,
you
honestly.
talk about real shit, you crazy.
Our generation grew up around older niggas really trying to guide us and shit. These motherfuckers now, like under us, they don't have no guidance. There's no more OGs because these niggas
I like the young,
or they in jail.
I like the younger generation. I'm gonna tell you why I like the younger generation because the younger generations, just like she said, don't give a fuck. Very unapologetic, and what they say is what they motherfucking said.
It's like it's wild shit.
That's us, but they have no structure though.
They have no morals. I'm not gonna say all of them. I'm not gonna say all of them because some of them have morals and some of them was brought up with some respect and shit.
Correct.
But the majority, they do not give a fuck. They don't care.
Correct.
They will blow your ass down
but that's
and don't
probably
even.
the generation that
wake
we
up the
fucking
next
need
day.
to do
That
something.
ain't right.
That's
Those
probably
people
the
ain't
generation we
right.
need.
Those people ain't right. But I will say this: the younger generation, I will say
That's
this.
what we need.
People who don't experience racism, people who, you know what I mean, people who don't really experience, you know what I mean, like
Colorism, racism, anything.
marginalization of any type, you know what I mean, are a part of the younger generation. Like, you know what I mean, if I went to high school and on today in 2021, if I was in 9th grade, like, you know what I mean, I wouldn't have went through half of the stuff that I went through, you know what I mean? Literally.
Yes, they are very,
because of the
they're
type
more
of people
accepting,
these
yes.
people are, you know what I mean?
But
so
it's because of the parents. It's us.
I have hope.
Maybe they've like grown
I
up.
have hope that, you know what I mean, once our generation, I'm Generation X. I was born in 1998, 3/5/98. I was born in 1998. I'm a Generation X. I might be that one before me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you're the next generation.
Millennial. But
We're
you know
millennial.
what
What's you?
I mean? Generation X, Generation Z.
Okay, you're the one. That's the generation that's gonna fix everything.
You know what I mean? Generations. I just feel like, you know what I mean, this generation that I'm in is the loving generation.
26.
These kids, like even on TikTok, everything is just so different. Y'all be seeing like
It's easier.
all this gay stuff, all this da-da-da stuff. These kids are doing this on their own. You get what I mean? Nobody pushing no narratives.
Yes, I don't believe
Nobody pushing no narratives on them like how the straight narrative is pushed in everything. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And there's still
Bernstein
gay
Bears,
people.
Mama, Daddy Bear. You know what I mean?
But
What about Bert and Ernie? Y'all had Bert
Hat in
and
the
Ernie?
hat, mom and daddy coming back.
Some
You know what I
things
mean?
that shit-
Everything has a
some
mom and a
things are
dad.
being-
Curious George has a mom and a dad.
Some things are being done in front of these kids, though.
He's a monkey. Has a mom and a dad.
Excuse me, but Curious George and mine grew enough days. He only had a daddy.
But you know what I mean? Oh, my bad. You know what I mean?
He had the man in the. He didn't even have no daddy. He had the man in the yellow hat.
Yeah.
A white man.
A white man, of course, with a monkey. Of course. Why we gotta turn this into something? Look at that.
Still had a dad.
Still had a dad, so
Still had a dad.
but the dad did get a girlfriend.
A
too.
white dad, a white firefighter dad of that. You know what I mean?
Of course, you gotta adopt the. Of
One more
course.
shot. We're not
Cheers. But for now,
We could go on all day about this, but I count on it.
I mean,
You
you
know, switch it
good, you
up.
good. You know what I
Switch it
mean?
up.
I'm just gonna say this last
But,
thing. Sexuality should not be the front of conversation. Sexuality should not be a reason that, you know what I mean, you demonize the people. Sexuality should not be a reason that you lose like
unless you're trying to sleep with them.
Sexuality should not be a reason you lose a really close friend. Sexuality should not be a reason that, you know what I mean, you fall out with a family member. It does not matter. You know what I mean? It does not validate my manhood. It is not, if for women does not validate their womanhood. It does, you know what I mean? It does not invalidate any of that. You go what I mean? So it's like, respectfully respect us.
And just leave the fuck alone.
Disrespectfully.
Really respect us.
So this is the next thing I want to talk about. Do you? I mean, I know you on Facebook and stuff, but do you know anything about like the Kevin Samuels shit? Because I know he be wanting to talk about that.
Kevin Samuels, who's that? What? Tell me.
He's a misogynistic, you know what I mean?
Wait, are you talking about when he cheated? He would make all those videos and then he cheated
Woman hater.
on his wife? Is that the one?
I don't know about the
Narcissistic.
situation with his wife, but he's the one that make the videos and he be on like Zoom with the
that was
women.
that pastor.
Okay.
Who is also a Kevin Samuels of the church. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He was just Kevin Samuels of the church community.
But nah, Kevin Samuels basically just
Misogynistic. He hates
He be
women.
putting down women.
Hates women.
He
He'll have
hate himself.
he has like a platform where he does Zoom calls with women and they
and just
basically
putting them down. Put them down.
they
and
basically
men,
like
and men.
talk about like why men don't do this or do that, but he basically kind of, I guess,
But well,
schools
maybe
them.
it's because you don't do this.
He schools them on shit, and people like
He
him
mansplains
feel like
basically.
that. You know, he's the
Yeah, he
green and talking
mansplains.
shit.
He mansplains
talking down on black women.
On like he does like you know what I mean.
He's sick and he's sick.
His
He
focus, Kevin
lost.
Samuels' focus, you know what I mean, is to like you know what I mean, like
Degrade.
on things. He's focused on how things look. So like he doesn't care about, you know what I mean, the reality of things. You know what I mean? He was like, I remember on one call he was talking about how short a man was or And in one call, he was talking about how a woman, like, her titties was too big. Just, you know what I mean? Shit about how shit
Shallow.
look. He want, yeah, like, you know what I mean?
He's like an empty
Surface shit.
soul,
You know what I mean? It's just
shallow
like.
He be telling women they fat and shit.
And then he said that
But who is
if a
he?
man has high value, if he's rich, women have to expect your man to cheat. If he making millions of dollars, it's like, bitch, stay in your place. You know what I mean? It's like, I call you my wife, I call you my girlfriend, but you know what I mean? I make millions of dollars, so you
I
already
can
know what
do
the
what I
fuck it
want.
gives. That's what he
Right.
basically saying to them. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna
And-
say this.
and
I
it's
threw a couple racks
he
and
had
that shit.
all his lives would be like 30,000 people following this man. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, this is a cult. This is like a crazy cult. And like I'm not saying nobody speaks on it, but like that's
He
not
don't
an
care.
issue. Like black men, you know what I mean? Like black heterosexual men, you know what I mean?
They feed it.
Feed
I'm
it
not-
and don't, or even if they don't feed it, they don't speak on it to the lines of like, you know what I mean?
That's
They need to,
wrong.
because if they speak on it too much, it's uncool.
Yeah, you a simp.
Yeah.
You a simp.
You a pussy.
How dare you? How
going
dare
on
you
that man's
stand up
game.
for females? How
Yeah.
dare you?
I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying that it's right, but I do agree with that to an extent.
Agree
But
with
I'm
what?
gonna say
Agree with what?
Where he said, like, you know, if you rich and you got money and you cheat. But
No.
listen, no.
So
Listen
let's
to
not
why
ever let him
listen
get
to
rich.
what-
I hope
listen
I'm
to why I'm
upset.
saying this. I'm not saying that it's good, and I'm not saying I do it. I'm saying like, when you like in your 20s and shit, like when you know how
When
motherfuckers
you're
getting
not
rich in
mentally
like,
mature?
you know, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah, something
You're
like what
not
I'm gonna do.
mentally mature, you just young and you trying to have
Millionaire.
fun.
Hello.
I get it, because niggas gonna still, in them age brackets, they gonna
We
cheat.
talking about $30, not $30,
30 years.
30 years old, 40 years old.
Yeah, I
you
know,
what
but
mean? Like,
at
in
that age, you should be
35.
grown and mature enough not to be, you know,
At 25,
to
you're
be able to
at
control
25,
yourself.
your,
But like in your 20s and
brain
teens, you're
is
not really, yeah.
At 25,
You
your
just tryna
brain
have
is
fun.
fully developed. It doesn't matter having fun. That's called moral. It's a moral.
It is,
compass.
but
Nah. If you commit to somebody and you say you commit to somebody, that's just it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because your word is bond. So it's just like,
If it ain't bond, then it ain't.
I get what you're saying,
If
but
your
like,
word ain't shit,
as
you
long
ain't
as you
shit.
get what I'm saying,
if you 20,
I'm not saying it's
if
right.
you 20
but
and you
get what I'm
rich and
saying.
famous,
Be single,
then you know what I
though.
mean. Your word should still be bond.
You should be.
You know what I
but
mean? Right? Be
you know
single.
how it go. You know how that.
No.
No, I don't know how it goes.
No,
I don't know how it goes, and it don't make sense
No,
to me.
be single.
It don't make sense
and
to
if
me.
you want to get a girl that know how it go, that be like, okay, whenever I'm gonna call you mine, but you whenever you out on the road or doing what you do,
Heterosexual men
making
want to
your
have their
money.
cake and eat it too.
That's
exactly.
You know what I
No.
mean? It's just like you can't have a girl for real,
Exactly.
100 full time, and then have a you know what I mean,
Shit,
a side piece.
a little
you know what I
baby,
mean?
little-
And the
Unless
side
they
piece gonna
working
think she
together.
full time after a while.
No.
So it's just like
I
Little
it's
baby
never
proving
work
it.
out good.
Piece. I'm
Little
gonna
baby
call her
does
a
not
husband.
prove
Proving
it.
it.
He does not prove it. You know why he does not prove it? Because he get caught every time. Because we're talking about it. If little baby was the man of who we really think he is, slide, we would never hear about it.
No,
But it's
no,
just
no,
like-
no. That's being a player, though. Is like whenever the girls do know about it and they still with it. That's being a player. If you cheat and you just a cheater, but if the one girl know, hey, I'm messing with this
feel
girl,
me?
I mean,
and
but
that
that
girl
shit
know
is
you
not-
mess with that girl, then
that's-
you a
I'm not
player
saying
and
it's
they
right,
stupid.
but hey,
Them girls
that-
are stupid. They're stupid
No.
to be getting played. But yeah, you a player. But if they don't know, then you just a cheater. But if both the girls know, then you a player.
That's crazy.
If you make a commitment,
Well,
stick
he
to
like,
your.
I'm about to go tell all my
If you
hoes
make a
about each
commitment-
other. He said that's crazy.
If you make a commitment, stick to your commitment. If you're not ready to make a commitment, stop getting these relationships, these marriages, these engagements,
Exactly, say
anything.
what it
If
is.
you're not ready, you know what I mean?
Say what
It's
it is.
okay. You know what I mean? We 20 and all that, but it's just like you
That's
can't
young.
blame
But you know,
age.
but-
Hold on, you can't blame age on something you committed to.
That's true.
You can't blame experience on something you committed to
But-
because apparently you did not take the time,
That's moral.
the
You're moral
research.
compass
You know what I
and
mean? Anything.
A motherfucker like how like you know,
You
and
don't
all
know
these
yourself
other
at
rappers
20.
that's like on young boy age when he was like what 19 when he first came in,
Yeah.
some shit like that. You know, they get money and then when they start traveling, you see all these bitches and shit. It's just like
Get
So?
out of
I feel you.
a relationship.
I feel
you know
you,
what I mean?
but that's just
Get out of a
single.
relationship. It's cool. We straight. Get out of a relationship though. You know what I mean? It's like it's no need to be in a relationship and do that to somebody. You can be single. It's like I promise
do
you,
what
I
you
live a
want.
single
They
fun
want-
life. You get what I mean?
They
It's
want
like
to be single, but have
you don't
somebody
need
to still
to-
go back to when they ready to. Know somebody's there all the time. Put somebody on the back burner and make sure she's waiting there whenever they need her.
yeah, but it's just like you know what I mean.
That's not
I
realistic.
don't think it's cool, you know what I mean, to be leading somebody on, like especially as a man. I don't think it's cool or noble just to be leading a girl on, knowing that that's not what you want. You know what
we
I mean?
are fragile creatures.
Girl, guy. You know what I mean? I want to kind
It don't
of
matter.
expand that range.
Yes,
You know what I mean? 'Cause
actually, people.
men are fragile creatures as well. You know what I mean? Probably
Yes.
the fragilest creatures there
Yes.
is. But you know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
we are. We just conditioned.
I know
to
y'all
act
can't.
tough.
Y'all
Very
y'all
much so
because-
conditioned
Yes, and that's
not to
so
talk
that
about
is so
things.
messed up because you know, like, what is it, like 80-something% of like
Niggas look
suicides
like a bitch,
are males
honestly, bro.
because they feel like they can't talk about
but
shit.
honestly,
cry
I'ma say
to me
this.
because I will cry
I'ma
with
say
you.
this.
What?
The reason why
Talk.
some of us don't like express feelings though, because when we do, it get thrown back in our
Yes,
face.
it gets used against you.
It gets used against us.
Bitch, you
So when
pussy,
we
how
take
you
the chance to actually try it,
You gotta give me point in
then we
case.
fall
Point in
back.
case. Give me a point. Like I don't know what you mean by that. Like
Okay, like
How you
say
mean? Like if you got a
you cry
a
because you
girl
got
that
molested as a kid or something. Y'all get into an argument. You're like, that's why you let your booty hole play with.
how many cases? I mean,
But
no. So seriously though, but how many cases are like that?
But
There's
but
a lot.
listen.
I
to
lie.
me.
I lie.
You
I
have
lie,
a
but the
tell me,
percentage
tell
is
me.
small. I
You
promise
gotta,
the percentage is small.
you know, you got a girlfriend. She wants you to be more, open and expressive of your feelings.
As you should. Because
Okay.
she's your girlfriend.
But
And
you
you're
not.
You
Right.
submitted to her.
You
Y'all
conditioned to be,
y'all submitted to each other
You feel
in a
me?
boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. But listen to me. I'm sorry. Listen
But
to you.
you finally you do it. Say y'all get in an argument and it's just like shit that you never told nobody. You tell her and then they throw it back in your face. Because it is some women out there like that do shit like that. They want you to do that, but then when you do it and then y'all get into some whole heated shit and then they throw
Like
shit
the
back
whole,
in your
like
face.
I said, like,
That's
for an
why
example,
some men don't want to
A
do
lot of
it.
men are molested as kids and they don't ever tell nobody. So they
It-
finally feel
that's
vulnerable
one.
enough to like tell their girlfriend or something. And then next thing you know, in an argument, that's why you like your body hoe getting played.
I feel you don't know any like situation like that, but it's out there.
I'm
Or
not saying
just
I've done
anything
it
else
because I
in
don't do
general.
that to people.
It is out there. It is out there, but it
Like-
didn't happen to you. So
It ain't. I mean,
I was
but
waiting for your. You know what I mean? Your,
But for me-
Oh, he wanted
your type of
personal.
opinion
but for
you
me,
to have that
okay,
type of mindset.
for me, let me say this. It was coming up, being with my mama as a she raised me as a single mother. It was always hard for me to express myself with her because,
Was that a personal
You were the man
thing?
of the house.
Was that a
No.
personal thing?
No,
Or
no.
You
It's
know I
just-
grew up with single
being
mothers.
okay.
I ain't trying to invalidate your
Me
feelings.
and my mother, we
How
had a
was
good
y'all's
relationship, but
relationship?
we
Yeah.
had rocky shit, especially in high school. When I used to try to, talk to her to get her to understand, as a teenager where I'm coming from about shit, I feel like she didn't understand.
Because
She
you're the
was
child
still,
and she's the
Correct.
parent.
right.
And rather than your
and then,
people, you're a
so
person
you
and he's
hold in a
person.
lot of shit,
Cheers.
and you don't never,
Cheers.
you don't. You get so used to being, comfortable and just, I deal with it on my own and how I deal with it. I'm not telling nobody shit. Because honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a minute to do that shit with Kayla. Honestly.
I say because that's not good. Because like holding all that
Honestly,
shit in, it
I
just
never.
eats at you. It's
And
starting to
sometimes I
one side
still
of
don't
you.
express my.
But it's like,
sometimes.
respectfully, like, if you want to call yourself in a relationship with somebody else that you kind of like, that you said what was going to be what, it's like, don't get into things like that if you can't provide stuff for people. You know what I mean? It's just respectfully, don't. You know what I mean?
Don't
It's
get them
like,
accommodated to something that you can't continue.
you know what I mean? Or if you
Or
know,
accustomed to
if
something
you
you
know
can't
that's what they
continue.
deserve,
And you can't provide it?
you know what I mean? Respectfully. It's like if you know that's what they deserve and you can't provide it and you know for sure out of sure.
Step back until you can provide it. Until
You know
you
what I
work
mean? Like,
yourself
step
up
back,
to,
and it's
because
like-
you know. And like, because it's just gonna take yourself down to yourself. It's not gonna be healthy for you. It's not gonna be healthy for them because you're not who they need you to be. You're not who you need to be with yourself.
I definitely do.
Again, it's very unbecoming of yourself to be. I mean, it's almost like you acting.
Yes,
know what I
you're
mean?
like giving. Yes.
Not you per se, but you know what I mean.
Not like in a bad way,
him,
but you just.
her.
tryna-
It's not
whoever it
acting.
is.
It's putting on your best face, basically. Even though there's like a
mask.
whole bunch. It's a mask. Yes. Well, that's basically like not being. That's basically being fake, right?
I feel like, you know what I mean, but that's a double standard. What Sha'Carri said, well, you know what I mean, how when hold on, wait, give me a second, I'm gonna tell you.
He's gonna explain.
So basically, like he said that like things are being thrown up in, you know what I mean, men face, but like I feel like that happens with women as well. With
Oh, all the time.
you
But
know what I
even,
mean? So
even if
it's-
it ain't in a relationship,
it's a vice versa
we ain't got a
thing.
relationship.
So it's
We get thrown stuff thrown on our face every day.
literally. It's a
But-
sacrifice you make. Hold on, it's a sacrifice you make, and it's your pride. Now it's your pride because she's
Yes.
said it to you. It's like, but anyways,
Oh, yeah, man.
it's
Don't
like
Let
have a
it,
lot
but
of
see,
pride.
that
It's-
means if it
Damn
bothers
sure
you, that
do.
means you haven't healed through it. And like maybe that will be like, hey, maybe I need to heal through this because whatever, no matter what nobody says about me, if I've healed through that shit, okay, yeah, I did that. I'm that. That's what happened, and
But people who
you have to heal yourself.
But that's just
Or
one of the
everything's gonna bother
things.
you what people
That's
say.
you know, what I mean, somebody bringing it up in your face is one of the things you sacrifice when you choose to share it.
Exactly, you
it-
that should be in the
That's
back
true.
of your
If you
mind.
can't handle that, if you can't handle that,
if
Don't
they made
share.
it out to you
Sha'Carri.
that you can be comfortable to let
Don't
them know
push
that
nothing past
information,
nobody. But don't put nothing past nobody.
Sha'Carri,
Don't put shit past
but it's just
nobody.
like I get what you're saying, but you kind of got to disconnect.
Watch
from
yourself. Watch out.
Because if somebody was to bring up a situation like that, that deep of a molestation in that case, you know what I mean?
Just an example.
Bitch gotta be hurt. You know what I mean? No cap, right? Be honest. Really gotta be hurt
because you hurt me.
Because
you hurt me in my heart. I want you to feel how I feel. Like that shit. That's not.
That's a low blow. So you gotta respect.
I'm already down.
If people do stuff like that, boy or girl, they are trying to level the playing field. Cause it's like, damn, it's like you just
they gotta be hurt.
It's like you like need me in the balls just now.
Yes, you rubbed my heart out.
I gotta you know what I mean.
How you feel that in the bottom of his sink?
Equivalent, you know what I mean. Give the equivalent feeling of that. You know what I mean? Like
yes, whatever it may be.
It's like it's like you can't do me like that and not expect.
Yeah, like that shit hurt. I know that shit hurt because like I can't speak from I can't speak from experience because I be telling people about my issues and I'm like, bitch, you crazy. You crazy. No, but anyway, like I don't know. I think that's like so messed up because. Like, I don't know, that person confided in you. Like how can you
bro. You
do
made
that?
And for somebody to confide in you, you had to make it feel like that was a safe place.
In high school, you know how many bitches I confided in? You know how many bitches I confided in that ran my business? I had to pay that shit. Pay that shit. I had to charge that.
But that's high school shit, though. Come on.
Still my life.
True.
Still my life, and it really happened. You can't invalidate because it's high school.
True.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Bitches still on that same time.
Yeah, they still
bitches on that same time. In high school, that's what bitches did to me. So it's just like, I had to pay that to the game. Like, that was something I gave up.
But you learned from it.
Right. Something I gave up.
But then that's scary.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Something you gave up.
I gave up.
Yes.
On the lines because that is something I gave up when I told you my personal business on that line. You get what I mean? Like, you could possibly bring that up in my face. Right. You know what I mean?
And that's okay.
But how comfortable were you to share that with them? Like,
very comfortable. Obviously comfortable, and they made you feel comfortable. But see, you know what's messed up? What's messed up about that is because then you tell this person that they throw it in your face, and now
don't do a double standard like that. Don't do a double standard like heterosexual men are getting this type of hell from heterosexual women about if they tell them something that they bring it back up in their face. Usually it's the other way around. To be honest,
the men do that.
You know what I mean?
But females,
you bring up a female old whole pass and shit like that. So it's just like. When it happens, that's why I feel like men are so fragile. When the same things that they do to women happen to heterosexual men,
they can't take it.
They cannot take it. It's almost like they want to cry.
Yes.
Cry.
But
I saw a video of a man taking contractions like what a woman would get, and he was crying. Like it's almost like you want to throw the rock, heterosexual men. You want to throw the rock and hide your hand. You know what I mean? And it don't work like that. It's just like, but when a motherfucker throw a motherfucking boulder back at your ass in the middle of your motherfucking eye, hit you right there.
You don't know where the fuck it came from.
You know what I mean? You in the days, you looking silly and all that shit. But it's like,
but not all men do that shit, and it still happens to them.
But the majority of men,
you got an example.
Y'all are misogynistic. Yeah, come on.
You got an example.
He gonna use himself. He's a great example.
Or you can theoretically because you know what I mean. This conversation is kind of like based on theoretical and what could happen.
Experience.
Hold on, and I guess.
Well, give us an experience.
I guess an experience.
A personal experience.
To me, it's really based on. You know what I mean? Assumptions of what will be done if I do a thing versus on what
if this
happened. And you know what I mean? Da.
Because we don't know what will happen until we're in that. That's a fight or flight type thing. You don't know what you're going to do in that situation. No, you're not telling nobody nothing.
My guy?
Yes.
All dudes.
Yeah. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And we're going to hold people accountable. Let's hold everybody accountable for what we hold each individual accountable for. So if you're holding her accountable for this, he needs to be accountable for that. If you're holding he accountable for this, he needs to be accountable for that. And if you hold she accountable for that, she needs to be accountable for that. You know what I mean? However your spectrum is. Because at the end
of the day, we are all people. Fuck genders. Fuck all that shit. We people.
It all work the same, I promise. You know what I mean? It all work the same.
I don't know.
Every aspect. You know what I mean? I mean, of course you don't. But you know what I mean? It all work the same, I promise. You know what I mean? So, yeah, had to throw that in there. Of course you don't. Of course you don't.
I will
Cannot
say
be imitated, recreated, or anything.
I will say this.
None.
Nowadays,
Not
Bitches
compete,
acting
you
more
can't
like
compete.
niggas and niggas acting more like bitches.
Correct, but
Honestly.
Because
I guess that's
swear to God,
that's
yeah.
that's
because
that's,
we
you
cared
got
for
some-
so long
you
and
got
put
some
so
hoe-ass
much of
niggas that be
ourselves
out here
into
really in
y'all,
their
and y'all didn't do
feelings
nothing but
about
take.
a
So
lot
now
of
we
shit.
have no more left of us. All we got is y'all, and now y'all got all of us, and so now we got to be y'all.
So I guess what she's trying to say was, I guess bitches have, you know what I mean, from the beginning of time have been connected with their feelings,
Yes.
and now that they're disconnecting with their feelings. Now
I'm not.
men are. Hold on,
Put that hand back up there. I'm sorry. Put that hand
men are
back
not
up.
heterosexual women. Heterosexual men. Excuse me. Heterosexual women have been connected with their feelings for so long that they have kind of like got
Even
to a
homosexual women, bisexual
They not
women.
being disconnected from their feelings. They
You know
just
what I mean?
treating us
Whoever,
like how we treat
women.
them.
We're turning off. We're turning off our divine feminine energy and giving y'all the masculine energy that you have been giving us, and now y'all are scared. So your feminine energy is coming out. Y'all couldn't handle us when we were delicate flowers, so now we got to show you the thorns.
I don't think they're scared.
And now they scared.
But I do think that
They should be.
I do think that you know what I mean. I really think the roles are reversing. You know what I mean. Men are trying to like get in touch with their, you know what I mean, sensual, you know what I mean,
They
feeling
need to,
side,
but
and women
now
are
the females it's shifted.
and women's on their nigga shit. You know what I mean, on their
Yes.
whole shit. Like you
We
know
on
what I
our-
mean.
we
Like,
on March to preach and
So I
yes.
guess the
We
roles
the
are
shits.
reversing. So
We getting more in tune to really being
Figuring out why
educated.
you're here and who you
No,
are,
not that,
emotional as a person. You're
On the
actually
mental
becoming a person and not a
on the
robot.
mental aspect, men do go through a lot of shit and you will never know.
Yes.
Like I said.
I'm a man.
So
I feel like I went through it. It's
Look
like
at me.
you know what I mean.
Look at him.
and you will never
Man.
know.
It's like you know what I mean.
You'll never
You know what I mean.
I'm a man.
So, it's
go
like
through more
I
than
feel
you.
like we
Anatomically,
being more, I
I'm
feel
a
like
man.
we being more educated on really taking our mental health seriously.
Correct.
So we kind of tapping into our, soft side, if you want to say, quote unquote.
Correct. You
It's
know what
not
I mean.
soft side. It's your feminine energy. Everyone has masculine and feminine energy. Everybody has
See,
cuddling energy.
see, heterosexual men don't like to hear feminine
You
energy.
don't have to.
Or
See, why?
soft,
Why?
Or soft or anything because
Why?
heterosexual men have this, you know what I mean, complex to where.
I don't give a
And
fuck
that's
about
why.
To
That's
where-
why that what makes them weak.
To where
That's why
they
you're
think-
still. That's why you still have a piece missing in you.
To where they
And,
think they have to be Superman.
and until you
100%
embrace
of the
that
time.
feminine
You
energy,
know what I
you
mean?
will always be missing a piece of you.
And
You will
they can-
never know because
it's like-
we all have feminine and masculine energy in us. We all have divine feminine and masculine energy in us. It's like the. But whenever I say feminine, you feel like nah.
Yeah, no. The word feminine from you know what I mean, heterosexual men is this. It's
Soft don't
it's-
bother
It
me.
means soft.
But feminine
It ain't
is-
even soft. It ain't even soft.
Soft is worse than
Soft will bother
feminine.
me.
I don't know.
Soft will
So,
bother me.
yes,
Soft
because
will
I'm
bother
sensitive.
me.
You can
Because
be
soft can go
feminine.
both ways
Feminine
now.
is
Soft
like
can be
sensitive
when
because
you
I'm
in the
sensitive,
streets
but
and
I'm not
niggas call you
soft. No. Okay, you could be. I'd rather be feminine than soft because feminine is sensitive. Like, you are in touch with your emotions because we are human. We are supposed to feel fucking emotion. That's what that means. Soft is I'm sensitive. I'm not soft because I beat your ass while I'm crying. Like, I might cry because I'm sensitive, but I'm not going to not fight you
But
because I'm not soft.
Femininity and softness is too different. It's almost the same. Like being a
Opposites,
pussy and
actually.
being like, you know what I mean?
A goddess.
So let me.
Emotional. That's basically what that is. It's like softness is being a pussy.
Feminine.
Before we
and femininity is being like
Emotional.
able to empathize,
before we-
understand. You know what I mean?
Being in
And
touch with
masculinity
being in
is, you know what I
tune
mean,
with
for
your
me to like
feelings and who you
defend
are
my
as a person.
emotions. I feel like that's what that means.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Masculinity is being able to defend how you feel and stand
Boom.
on how you feel.
Femininity
and still, I'm
is
going to
the
feel this like this
emotions.
is how I feel.
And then
Masculinity is like the defender of
all
your
of the
emotions.
emotions, so it's just like it's okay to have both. It's just like, but men
Balance it. Don't let
heterosexual
the-
men
I guess this ain't
are
my
conditioned
show,
to
ain't it?
believe.
Don't
that,
let
you
the
know what I mean?
defensive become offensive.
Having emotions, feeling a
It's
type
their
of
show
way,
today, man.
That's
all
soft.
that. It's soft.
This is their
and
show.
It's pussy.
It's their show.
feminine.
You know what's pussy? Not showing emotions.
That's very pussy. I feel like that's fraudulent.
That's fucking.
and being fraudulent is worse than being gay,
Phony.
feminine, whatever.
A
Phony,
right?
you
No,
know what I
I'm
mean?
not gonna say
fraudulent.
racist.
It's like
It's not worse than being racist.
can't deal with that shit.
All right, so
I've been saying
It's
that.
up there, though. It's up there with
before we
racist.
move on to the next thing, ask me, answer this for me. Do you feel like, women just naturally have like an emotional, aspect or side of them versus
Yes.
men?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do feel like women
So-
are way more emotional than men.
Because
So,
we're
but
meant
this is
to-
why I'm
But
saying
men have the capacity.
No. This is
No,
why I'm
y'all
asking.
don't.
This is what
We
I'm
have the
asking.
capacity
Hold
to
on,
be
hold on,
emotional.
hold on,
I am
hold
a
on.
living
Hold on,
testimony
though.
Okay.
of
okay.
emotions.
This is why I'm asking it though.
Yes, you're a Pisces.
Of
though.
emotions.
This is
But
why
you're a
I'm asking it
Pisces.
though, because I'm gonna be honest. I was told before that I'm not, romantic enough. So
but that's something you have to learn.
exactly.
If you
But
haven't
this
experienced
is
that.
this is the way I feel. I haven't experienced that coming up in my household. I never watched my
But then
mama get
again-
married. I never watched my mama be in a
Wait.
healthy relationship.
Wait,
time out.
Versus someone who probably came up in
Hold
a
it, please. I want to hear this. I really have
Okay,
to
I was
hear
gonna
this.
say-
Hold it.
versus someone who came up in a 2-parent home with a married couple, and and I'm speaking on the woman, and even the woman don't have to come up in a household with a married couple, but you still have that emotional side to you naturally, but not a man.
But
Especially
see,
if we haven't seen that and learned
you
to actually love
see
someone.
it as the aspect. See it from the aspect as everyone has their own definition of what romance is, and
True.
you have to learn each other. If whenever you get into a committed
Right.
relationship, you're committed to learning that person's
Learn.
love language. Just because you didn't grow up with that person might have grown up with that. So you learn that.
That
that's what they
actually
grew
has
up with.
nothing to do with them. What you grew up with.
Exactly.
It doesn't, but
Exactly.
Because of what-
But personally,
but it's
that's
like-
just not
but personally,
something I'm used to or
I feel
accustomed
what you're saying,
to.
but-
You feel me?
If
Exactly,
you get
that's
in a
not your accustomed to,
relationship
but that doesn't
or a
mean you're not
commitment-
romantic.
Right,
You
right.
might show romance in a different way than what she's used to, but because she's
Or I
not
might,
used,
like you
because
said, I
she's
might feel like romance
exactly is
in
a
my
different
own
thing, and just
yeah.
because she's not used to seeing the romance the way you show it, she thinks that there is no romance there.
Right,
But it's
right,
just because
right.
it's the romance she's not used to seeing. That's why you have to learn each other and speak and communicate.
But if you get in a committed relationship, you know what I mean? If
you should know that.
If
person.
that's the issue-
that's learning.
if that's the issue you have to work on, don't get in a
That relationship. Yes,
It's
yeah,
like-
you should just like
it's
fill it
like,
out
But
first.
once you in it, you gonna have to figure this shit out.
Yes,
you know what I
that's
mean.
a
I'm gonna tell you why you
commitment.
have to figure this
It's
shit out
action.
because
Love
it's
is
like
a verb, and you have to
you
put
as a
action
man
into it. You
done
choose
said this,
every
done said
day.
that, done did this, done did that. You know what I mean? Solidify your manhood in this woman life, whoever, your girl life, whoever. So you gotta like live up to that. It's like you
Yes.
did this. This is something.
This is the version of
It
you
is
that
like-
you showed her.
Irregardless of what
Did
anybody
you show
made.
her that you were romantic and then just stop doing the stuff? So you never put it in her head that you were the romantic type. I might have.
I don't feel like
He did.
I
He
don't,
bought her
I
flowers
don't-
and candy. Now she expecting him
Yeah.
every Tuesday and he
Head
ain't doing it.
head ass, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean?
Yes.
A lot of guys they ain't romantic, so you know what I mean? I ain't gonna like, you know what I mean, hound him about not being romantic.
I'm not really
They don't know
You know what
how
I mean?
to be.
You know what I
But
mean?
maybe
At
he is
least-
romantic in his
I'ma
own
be
way.
real. You feel me?
Exactly, and just
You
because
feel
she
me?
doesn't know that way, she doesn't see it as romantic. Because
What-
everyone has
what-
their own
what's
vision,
romantic
and
in
that's
your
not
Hold
your
on,
love.
like,
That
if we
she
gonna
has
keep
her
it
own version of
hypothetical,
you in her
like,
head.
what's
like-
hypothetically your romantic?
You
Let's
are
see.
around
Before let me
like you always around. You know,
we take the shot?
You
I took mine.
Oh my bad.
you with your
Oh, cheers.
significant other. You know, y'all always with each other. You always do shit. Da da da.
What kind
Or-
of shit?
That's what you
Because
signed up for.
like that's different between like all right, intimacy can be like anything, like painting together, like just sharing a connection. But like just because I'm sitting here with you all day, don't mean that we're being intimate.
That's
Just
how
'cause
I
you're
feel.
in my-
I'm not gonna lie. That's how I felt. You
Is
know?
that if you're
We
in the-
here, so it's just like
That's not intimate.
sharing
That's not
someone.
intimate. So I'm gonna tell you why that's not intimate. It's just like I sit home all day with my roommate. You know who my roommate is. There is nothing intimate about that. So just being a roommate and we share bills and all that, and even
And
if we
we
got
sit in
a
the same-
child,
'cause y'all don't
if
enjoy-
we ain't doing nothing that's
And if you're
intimate,
not really
it's not
enjoying-
intimate. You know what I mean? It's
Enjoy
just
others'
we
company.
together. We in
Being
the
like-
house. We do what we do. I go to work. You don't come with me. It's kind of like. It's all that. You know what I mean? It's like
You're
I do
strangers in the
this,
house.
you do that, you get your money, I get my money. We both come at the end of the month like we roommates.
Like, being intimate is like-
romance is something different.
Like I
You
wanna,
know
like,
that though.
I want to
You
be
know
alone,
that, though.
but with someone.
You know that,
like,
though.
I
So
like
it-
to be
so
able to
I-
like.
we
can
ain't gonna
sit
act like
here and
you
do
don't know what
nothing,
romance
But as
is.
long as I'm enjoying your company, and I can enjoy your company, it's just not like we're just sitting here.
that's hot.
Then that's intimacy. But if you're just sitting there and waiting for the next, like the one person's thinking like, dang, what we gonna do now? Like, you want to do something? Like that's not.
Being home all day with your girl, with your guy, whoever you choose to be with, girl or guy, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Whoever they choose to identify with, right?
Ain't it?
Being home all
Your
day with
thing.
them, being home with them all day does not, you know what I mean, equate to you being intimate or romantic or
Nope.
anything with that. You know what I mean?
Nope.
It's like the same
I'm not
energy.
saying that I
the
don't.
same. Hold on, my
I'm
guy.
just not
Hold on, my guy. The same energy that you take.
the consistent type with that
you know what I mean? And it's like something you got to work on if you want to be a married man.
Consistency.
In a very, if you want to be a
That's
married man in a
important.
successful relationship, you have to work on this consistency. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Irregardless, like I said,
I can,
if you want to be in a
honest
relationship,
about that
if
shit.
you want to be in a relationship with a girl, whoever, You know what I mean? The same energy that you take to get them is the same energy that you need to take to keep them.
Exactly.
Because, you know what I mean?
Don't stop it when you got them.
Girl or guy, whoever you choose to, whoever you choose to get. You know what I mean? But
Non-binary,
it's like,
whatever.
keep that same energy, because, you know what I mean? It's honestly and truly really respected. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Put in the work.
it's like,
Put in the actions.
it's like, don't get me
You
and
can
then
say you
fall
love
off,
someone.
you know what I mean, and be an issue. And it's like, damn, I don't even think you the man who you say you was. You know what I mean? Type
Exactly.
shit. You know what I mean? Just like, you use all this, you
you
use
don't
all
do that
this
stuff no
energy
more. That's why I
to
got
get
with
to,
you.
you know what I mean, to get to the pot of gold. And once you got to the pot of gold, you know what I mean, you don't
You stop.
reciprocate this energy. And
Just
you know what I
stop.
mean, and your girl, your guy, and you know what I mean, still reciprocating that energy or expecting
then they're
what you
like-
started with. So it's just like,
Don't get them accustomed to a vibe you can't keep consistent. Basically.
Back to
Don't-
consistency. If you cannot be consistent, actually, if you cannot,
Reciprocate, not even be consistent. Reciprocate, because sometimes you might do a lot for them in the beginning, and because they were doing this, but then like they kind of slowed down, so you slow down. So don't reciprocate.
That means that nigga
Give
just
the
wanted
energy
that
they give
ass.
you.
He
Don't
just
give too
wanted that
much.
ass,
Don't
man.
give less. Feed into them what they feed into you.
He just wanted that ass.
yeah, okay.
Wait, what?
He said, like,
No,
you know
no,
what I
no,
mean?
I'm not speaking like for me.
No,
I'm just
No,
saying,
no,
Go
no.
ahead and say,
No, no.
expose
I
them.
mean, if you said it's you, so you know.
No, fuck no.
No, if you
can't
said
tell
it out your mouth, it's you.
Ain't it?
No, I'm saying
Say
like
it.
in certain situations, some niggas really do all that shit just to get the ass.
Yes.
Like for real.
He done been in, I don't know personally. I'd say the way you
I done
said
did my
that,
dirt,
you've
man.
okay.
I haven't experienced
So the way you
anything
said
like this
that-
or
I'm not
anything
gonna
of the
lie.
sort. So, you know what I mean? I can't really, you know what I mean,
No.
give an
People will say
opinion
that's why you can't
about
put
it.
nothing past anyone. You can say
Hit
for
'em
like,
and
I've
get
known
it-
people,
and get
I've known
on through.
dudes that have waited years because the girl was a virgin, took her virginity. As soon as they took her virginity, left her.
Oh no, I ain't.
Waited
I
fucking
ain't
years.
with that shit, 'cause
Yes.
you take somebody virginity, that's like.
Y'all
That's
don't
like a
care.
real
Don't act like you care
connection, dog.
now. You was just talking about.
Honestly, bro, I never took nobody virginity.
No, but
And
that
I
doesn't
really
matter.
didn't want
Why
to.
doesn't matter if she's a virgin or not? She's still a
Honestly.
female. She's still,
Honestly.
but she still deserves
Honestly.
respect.
Because that, like, when you
That's
take, I feel like
different.
when you take somebody virginity, that's different. Like, you really got a connection with
I mean,
that
it is
person.
what it is, you know what I mean?
And you,
Not
you
really.
do them greasy like that.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? What? At least from my experience.
No,
you know
I'm
what
talking
I
about.
mean?
He said
So,
you had a connection with that
it
person.
is what it is.
My
Okay.
that's my experience.
Because
though.
that-
It is what it is. Experience.
If
for
a girl is a
virginity.
I ain't trying
virgin
to
and you
invalidate
take her
you.
virginity, like, you are that first man. to
Not
do
really,
that shit.
because I don't know. After I lost my virginity, the dude I lost my virginity to, I would not know. He come down the hallway one
Is that
way,
like
I
a-
turn
is
around
that
and
like
go
a
the other
medal?
way.
Is there like a medal in the community?
What you mean?
Like when you
I
take
mean,
a girl
I don't know.
It's
I
like you're
never
supposed
personally
to
felt that,
have-
but I guess.
You in the community. But you know what I mean? Allegedly. But
You're
you know what
supposed to
I
have like a connection.
mean? Everything allegedly. Everything allegedly. You for real.
I mean,
You're supposed to have a
I
connection.
feel like it is. It is.
No.
It definitely is, because niggas definitely be loving when they take, be the first one to hit that ass, But
Yeah,
I
because they're
haven't
like they got
personally
that power, that
experienced
metal, that
you know what I mean?
patch.
You feel me?
But see, that's the heterosexual. That's so sad.
Such a strange creature.
Ain't it?
Such a strange creature. The heterosexual man. Such a strange creature. Seriously though.
This I had got
It
this
really
shit. This
is.
shit I'm about to say.
We need to reprogram.
I got this from
deprogram,
Twitter. Yeah, let me-
No, not
reprogram.
Twitter. It's from Instagram.
What is it?
But it says women
Ultimate.
have unlimited options in parentheses in most cases, but still claim to have slim pickings. How do you feel about that?
Wait, women have unlimited options.
What
in
that
most
got to
cases.
do with how men treat women?
Okay,
No,
wait.
this is just a new.
What do you
thing
mean
that
we
talking
haven't?
about.
Wait, what do
Okay,
you mean we have
so-
unlimited options, but still claim to have slim pickings? What do you mean? Because you know who's giving us options? Men who know nothing about a woman, like who don't really know how a woman lives and how a woman feels. You don't know a woman's body. That's why. That's why.
this is
Abortion
how
or non-abortion, it don't matter. It's not your body. You don't make babies. So how can you tell us?
This is
what
what
to
I
do
feel
when we-
what he meant or what the post
what
meant.
the post-
In
what
my
did he say?
interpretation of like, all right, so when he says options, it's just like, women can get any man they want. You
Yes.
feel me?
Golden
But men, it's just like You basically got to get permission
because we're goddesses.
To be with somebody, you be with a woman.
Because we are the door and you are the key.
Men are guys,
what I'm trying to get at.
Men are guys, whatever, you know what I mean?
You are gods, but we are the...
I just really hate... Okay,
a woman can get any motherfucker
I'm gonna say
they
right
want.
now, you know what I mean? Me and women have this issue.
Why?
I hate when women want this certain type of respect, you know what I mean? Like, respect, like,
we
respect
deserve.
You do deserve, but men also deserve the same exact respect.
Yes,
but
you guys
like,
do.
It's like sometimes when women say, like, you know what I mean, women is protect black women, protect this, that, this, and the third, protect. It's like it's kind of unbecoming a little, just a little bit, because it's kind of like you kind of put your struggle, not saying you or anybody like you or anybody in a 100-mile radius, but it's like you kind of put your struggle over anybody else's struggle, and it's like, and I do understand black women are disrespected to a different level
and unprotected and anything. But see,
disrespected, unprotected, you know what I mean? Everything.
But there's no why they need to be, because I feel like if we were protected the way we're supposed to be, and if they were honored the way we're supposed to do, like, shit would be so much better. Like, imagine what a woman can do. A woman,
I feel like
if
women who were they say they are, you know what I mean?
If they acted the way that all right, go ahead, finish.
If women who are this. Let me not say. I'm gonna retract that. I'm gonna actually pause on that because I can't get canceled at this point. I can't get canceled at this point in my life, so I'm gonna pay it. I'm gonna pay it
with all due respect.
With all due respect, go ahead. With all due respect,
say what you got to say, but I get you don't mean any harm by it.
Yes, no one's gonna be.
I just feel like, you know what I mean, black women in general, you know what I mean, want so much. I don't want to say, but give so less, but like almost like black men, but it's just like. It's almost like y'all expect the thing, protect black women, protect this, that, and the third. But it's like, it's so much more things that like have more precedence, no shade, more precedence over just the existence of black women.
Exactly. Okay, and I understand what you mean, because like, you have to protect other things before you can protect her.
You know what I mean? It's just like, you know what I mean? But no.
I got you.
Definitely protect her. She's at top tier.
Yes, but you have to do other things. You have to work up to that level.
It's like when we say protect black women, it's just like, that's it. Protect black women because, you know what I mean, everybody, black men,
everyone
white
comes
men,
from black women.
Anybody that's not
comes
whoever
from
a black woman,
No.
you know what I mean, is not treating them right. So it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of like black women put a precedence on protect black women.
Because I feel like once you protect black women, everything else will fall in line for you guys.
Suge would have
protect
definitely had his little
God's daughter, and he will provide for you.
Provide
for you.
Yeah,
for real.
When you do research in community, they show that if you deal with the black woman's success, everybody else's success will rise.
That may be
Can I use the restroom? Can I
I'm just saying, when they do research across the board,
in reference to
anything, when you're talking about economic success, educational success, family success, if they pinpoint success and they deal with the black woman.
Okay, yes, keep going.
I'm just saying.
You know, success is pinpointed to black women, correct? But that is not like, you know what I mean? That does not invalidate anybody else's experience. You know what I mean? But like, it's like respectfully, black women do get the respect that they deserve. But it's just like when I hear, you know what I mean, like protect black women. I get that because the majority of y'all are protected. You know what I mean? Said or unsaid, you know what I mean? You may be in cases where you feel like you're unprotected, but there is a community who is even more unprotected than black women, who don't get the advantages, the privileges of black women. And like, I'm not trying to say black women have been, you know what I mean, afforded, you know what I mean, so many like advantages, because they have not. But like when you have advantages over a community in general, it's just like, if it feels really unbecoming for you to say, protect me, when you know that there's somebody else who really needs to be protected, who is like dying.
The only other group of people that I know of who needs a voice would be black trans women.
Amen. That's exactly what I said. I was saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, so
you didn't say it. You didn't flat out come out and say.
No. He talked about that earlier.
I said it earlier. I'm sorry. Okay. I thought you were listening, but like black trans women, you know what I mean, are the most disrespected, you know what I mean, unappreciated people on this. And even though that, you know what I mean, I get people saying they're not women or, you know what I mean, of that mindset, but it's just like.
See, when I say it, I include.
You mean all?
See,
But
I include them in
you mean all.
Right.
But you know what I mean? But it's just like where I'm from, and it's like the majority of the mindset of where I'm from and what I'm conditioned to think, women do not think like that. You get what I mean?
All
like,
women,
all
like,
the,
power, divin,
But
like,
see, but the thing is,
you
when
may
I
be of the
say
1%, you know what I mean? But like, so
right,
I'm sorry.
When I say all, I mean all.
Okay. And,
So
and,
that's an.
and I can respect that.
Yeah, when you say all,
feminine
you
energy.
should-
With all respect, I can respect that.
I mean all. And for people who choose not to say all and not mean all, they don't understand what the word all means.
Okay.
And that's on them.
I can respect that. Like literally, being that you explained and you broke it down like that, I can respect that. But like,
You know.
can we also acknowledge that, you know what I mean, not saying the majority, but like a big vast of people who don't think like that. You know what I mean?
I will say the majority of people do
Thank
not
you.
think like that.
Thank you. You know what I mean? And so
The
like,
majority of them.
that's, you know what I mean, that's the issue I was speaking on, the majority. I get that there are 1%ers
America
and who
is
I
the
respect,
majority
you know what I
of
mean,
the people who are hateful and who are afraid and who are scared of what they do not understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I fully acknowledge that. But when it's all women, I also include the trans women who
Right.
identify as
women.
So
That's what I was trying to say. They're women.
So
Why
when you
the hell
say
are
that,
trans? They're
when you say that,
Shut up.
I can respect that. Being that you broke it
Shut
down
up.
like
They're
that, I can
women.
respect that. But being that, you know what I mean, I'm used to
I'm
hearing
listening.
like, you know what I mean, women, you know what I mean, biological women at least, you know what I mean,
right.
black women, biological black women, when they have their opinion, it's not of that, you know what I mean, of that rationality. You get what I mean? It's of the, I'm a woman,
'Cause they
they're
see
not
them
a
as
woman.
competition, I
You
guess.
get what I mean? It's like a thing, but I do appreciate, you know what I mean, that 1%er mindset. You know what I mean? Because there's not a lot of, not saying not a lot of people, but there's not a lot of like black women who think like that.
open-minded. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I came on the lines of like, you know what I mean? I don't feel like the black women are more disrespected on the lines of like black trans women, not knowing that you thought of trans women as women, because the majority, the vast of people don't think that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But thank you for clarifying that for me. You know what I mean? It makes sense of what you said when you say all. And I get how when I say that, what I say, it sounds like a little bit unbecoming or like kind of shoddy at women. But it's just like you have to understand my mindset of what I'm conditioned to, like.
But you tried your
on a
best
daily.
to
You know what I mean?
portray it as not a bias. Like,
Yeah,
not
and like I'm
not a-
trying, you know what I mean? But sometimes it's just kind of hard
Goes
when,
up-
you know what I mean?
okay.
When you deal with daily struggles, for real, from a community, and it's just like, when you try to rationalize things, of course, you know what I mean, your mind will go to a negative
Don't
aspect.
Don't worry about 'em.
people understand
Exactly.
the word all.
Yeah.
When I say all, I mean all.
Okay.
All women. Don't it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter what word is put in front
Everybody,
of it.
so when everybody
Woman.
say all, the word all means all.
All.
In general. The word all in the dictionary means all. So when everybody says all, you know what I mean, if you're not of this same complex, then you know what I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So,
If you don't mean all, you actually mean some.
Some.
yes.
The majority. Or
And that's
whatever.
prejudice. When you mean some, that's prejudice, and you know what I mean. Yeah, you need to check into that.
Right.
But
Tell them let's just talk about what the definition of words mean.
that's all I'm saying.
Let's go kick it back to kindergarten.
For period.
Big and tall.
All.
Let me take another
Villain
shot
and
because I
all.
was definitely going in just now. But I love conversations like these because, especially with other black people, because you know what I mean. Even though you're one of those 1%ers, everybody does not think like that, and people will really debate me down on things like that. You know what I mean?
no
So it's
chase.
just like
Most people will. And there's no reason
I
to
have
do
no
that,
more alcohol. Then.
But
when there is no reason to do that. When there is like a very a very you know what I mean wide avenue of knowledge, you know what I mean, to tap into, you know what I mean, and I don't know, just like I said, I think it's really unbecoming when, you know what I mean, black people as a general, black women, heterosexual people, just, you know, take the time to understand, you know what I mean, anything,
Real quick.
take the time to understand anything, you know what I mean, it's like, disrespectfully, I can't respect it or you if you think like that. That's just it.
Just can't. Because you're close-minded and you're a sheep, and that's just what it is. Because, you know, at the beginning, like, never mind, let me stop talking.
I'm not
Because
gonna
we were
lie.
all both genders.
I'm not gonna lie. When y'all say,
Talk to me.
you know, address a transgender woman as a woman, I'm not. I gotta be honest. I don't know, man. I can't.
Why?
yet.
I'm not there yet.
So
I just
if
can't.
I
Why?
feel you, but
Can you not feel
I'ma
I
make
feel
it
like
real
you
for you.
still a
So,
man,
if a- no,
man.
if a white man, irregardless, you know what I mean? Because in their eyes, a white man is the epitome of a man. So if a white man doesn't address you as a man, how would you feel?
I feel
If you was a man and every aspect of your life, disrespected, right? Because you felt like a man in your mind, everything, and it's like it takes 2 seconds to acknowledge somebody by what they want to be acknowledged by. That same 2 seconds that will, make everything more smoother. But if you don't use that 2 seconds and you choose to call them what you want to call them by, you're causing controversy. You're causing problems. It's just like, what? Why does this? Why does it hurt? Why does it hurt so bad to the heterosexual community? Anybody who does not respect people for their genders or their gender pronouns. Why does it hurt so bad to not just call them by their name? It's like you're putting a wedge in between them and normalness.
And like another thing is
it's that one person doing that to them and just like, why would you want to make somebody feel so small if they really... Honestly, if I thought in my mind, right, if I had whatever disease or whatever, if I had thought in my mind that I was a woman, of course I know I'm not a woman. You know what I mean? Anatomically,
no, it's
I know
not
I'm
thinking.
not a woman.
It's not thinking you're a woman. It's feeling more comfortable with female things and you feel more comfortable being a female than you do a male. Because listen, exactly. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. My son, my oldest son, he's 5 years old right now. When he was like 2 years old, okay, I noticed him putting like stuff in his shirt like I do, and I was like, okay, and he started doing girl things. I was like, maybe he's just doing it because he's around his mom and he's a girl. No, he likes female things. He likes to wear dresses. He likes pink. He likes all this stuff, but I don't want to shun him from that because I don't want him to not be who he is because that's who he feels like he is and that's what makes him comfortable and stuff and so, but I don't know. I don't feel like he's like.
You feel me? I can't even judge you on that because that's your
because child. Exactly, and so I feel like he feels like he's a girl. He's not. I don't feel like he's homosexual. He's a girl. He's more comfortable being a girl. Because I feel like his soul is a feminine. It has more feminine energy, and I'm not gonna shun him away from it and stuff. I really do feel like people can feel like the wrong gender in the wrong body.
That's the thing.
That ain't nothing.
Yo,
what? I was trying to pull it.
The lid was on
the top
it.
one?
My bad. Like I said, irregardless of what people feel,
so
I feel like sexual orientation, sexual identity, gender,
like it shows, and he's
none
not
of that
gonna be
should
gay,
matter.
though.
You get what I mean?
All that stuff, it starts in your genes and in your brain. I have a mental health disorder. I am bipolar 1.
I'm bipolar 2, or manic bipolar.
So
whatever they call it.
Manic it's real bipolar. For me. I have been hospitalized for it. I take medication for it.
Several times. I don't take medication. I smoke weed.
It's a part of my life, period. Mm-hmm. It is real. You cannot tell me otherwise. Mm-hmm. Therefore, I believe all the other stuff that is out there
is real.
Serious.
Because of my brain.
But
yes,
but
that's why I feel like my son. But I know my son's not gay. I feel like he is really a daughter because I have 3 boys. But I feel like that's my daughter. I've always wanted a daughter. I feel like that's my daughter. Before I found out he was a boy, he was a girl the whole time. But he is very feminine, and I feel like he does feel like he knows he's a boy. He knows he's a boy. He knows that it's
not a mind thing. I just want people to know that it's not a mind thing as well. You don't think like a crazy thing or a dysphoria thing. You know what I mean?
And
it's really what people feel.
I told him, I was like, hey, you wearing dresses and you doing all this. If that's what makes you happy, you do it. But people will talk about you. People will pick on you. That's what it is. So I'm letting him know. But I feel like he's a girl. I feel like that's my little girl. I'm not pushing it.
I've met dudes that's come off feminine or kind of flamboyant.
That's
but
was it metrosexual?
Metrosexual.
But they're straight.
Metrosexual.
They get all the pussy
in
the world.
They got style. Because they got swag. They got stuff. You got style. You got swag. If you're style,
I never heard of that.
If you have style and you have swag and you're in tune with your emotions, it's metrosexual.
I don't believe in things like that. But anyways, you know what I mean?
Wait.
I hate to say it like that. I do not believe in stuff like that.
I really don't either. I don't either. I feel like they don't know.
If they quack like a duck, talk like a duck, shake like a duck, you know what I mean? And shed feathers like a duck.
It's really niggas out there that's really probably kind of got a little feminine to them, but they straight as a fucking line.
What's the difference? Well, okay, yes, because we were talking about men.
Because when I first came up here to Greenville
we were
to
talking
go to
about
school,
men tapping into their female
get
energy
all
and shit.
the
Maybe
pussy.
they're just really in tuned into their female energy, but they knew they
when
still.
they say tapping to female energy, they mean your emotions, not your being, not your, you know what I mean? Like,
But who are you to make that judgment?
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying, as a gay man dealing with metrosexual men, you know what I mean, who have said they are metrosexual, who have done homosexual things.
Oh, no, you
with
gay.
Me. You get what I mean? It's just like
You homo.
Honestly and truly, I feel like metrosexual is like a
DLs.
cop out.
DLs.
A cop out. You know what I mean? To you kind of being attracted to, you know what I mean?
To men, to
Men,
people.
whatever you're attracted to. You get
You're
what I mean?
attracted to people?
I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying, but it's like, for me in my dealings, you get what I mean? Men who have said, honestly, metrosexual, that's why I learned it first, you know what I mean? Online with a nigga. He was talking about he was metrosexual, he ain't ever been done with a nigga, but you know what I mean? In my inbox.
But
you get what I mean?
He bi-curious.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like, or not even metrosexual on the lines of, you know what I mean? Just entertaining me.
Bi-curious. He bi-curious. He gay and he's scared. Listen, this is what
that's like saying bisexual. And I hate to say that. I hate to say that, but you know what I mean. It's certain things I believe that are things, and certain things I don't believe are things. If you're interested in men, then you're.
Wait. You don't believe in bisexual? Because I'm bisexual. I love men, but I love females. Like I will. Let me stop.
But I will say, you don't believe in what?
Bisexual with a man.
You gay and you like pussy on the side sometimes.
I don't want to say I agree with that. I want to say I agree with that, but I kind of agree with that.
I don't know.
As a man,
you know,
I'm not trying to invalidate your bisexual experience because I know it is real, but I just don't understand.
Oh, yes.
But I'm saying, like, with first thought, the bisexual experience for a man does not make sense to me, especially when you cross certain lines. You know what I mean?
It don't.
So it's
What
like,
do you mean with a man? Oh, like if a male is bisexual? No, you gay. You gay and you stick your and pussy
and women. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's just like.
To
I'm just
cover
gonna
up
say one
yourself.
thing. The gay experience is something that, you know what I mean. I ain't gonna say it call you, but it call you. So you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, it's like if you like women, you know what I mean. You like women, but if you like men. And you know what I mean? And you want to try to like women, that's where those bisexual come from. I'm not trying to say it's not real and you don't have a sexual attraction to women, but mainly if you're attracted, you know what I mean, you're usually attracted to one thing. You know what I mean? You may be curious, you may want to try another thing, not trying to say that doesn't happen, because I'm just trying to say from my experience and from the people I know, usually the guys who identify as bisexual come out later as gay.
Of course. Okay, what else?
How you feel about that? Because you're looking, I need to hear it.
I love her looks.
I need to hear it.
I always heard sexuality is a spectrum.
It is.
And I heard that, you know, most people fall on one end or the other of a spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
So they're either heterosexual or they're homosexual. Now, you do have people who slide on that spectrum. And male or for women, it's easier for women to slide on the spectrum.
Exactly, because it's praised, it's upheld.
Yeah, I mean, it's very easy and it's kind of promoted for women to slide on the spectrum. You know what I mean? But even as a gay man, you know what I mean. I don't.
Even when it wasn't, I knew I was gay.
Similar to a straight man, I have no interest. Just like a straight man has no interest in gay men, I have no interest in women, like at all. Like it's like disgusting to me. You get what I mean? Like respectfully, you know what I mean? Respectfully, respecting the female anatomy.
Honestly,
I love much on the scale.
They don't. Men, no. I hate to say that, they know.
So from what I understand, it's unusual to hear of a bisexual
female
male. That's an unusual.
Because you're gay.
Ain't no such shit as
no, not because he's gay, because we're not going to invalidate their bisexual experience, but it's very unusual because, like, with a man, once you in something, like, not saying in something, like, you in something, like, honestly and truly, like, I just can't go and be straight one day because that's just not in me. I can't go and be gay. You know what I mean? Vice versa for everybody in the room. You know what I mean? It's not them. So it's like,
well, I can be whatever I want.
Women
slide. It's just different. Women can slide
and have the fluidity from the community in general, like the world, to slide.
Exactly, to be okay. Yes, it's even different for me because
it's a double standard. It's a double standard.
I know it is because even for me personally, like before, I would like, all right, I'm bisexual. I didn't know I was bisexual like until some years ago. Well, anyway, but like I never felt like a way.
But see,
once I got to a certain age, I never felt a way with female homosexuality. But I still like I accepted it. But still, for some reason, if I seen two dudes kissing, I still was like something in my inside was like And it was because the way I was programmed and the way I grew up.
It's like, you know, I'm not going to accept that because what you're telling me, hold on, what you're telling me.
I said it was. I'm not like that anymore. I'm not like that anymore because people are people.
You know what I mean? What you're telling me is that you grew up in hate. And you know what I mean? And you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I grew up. I grew up shunning the gay male community. I didn't know anything about the female community except for like in school. And when I would see, I'd be like ill because everyone else would say ill, but I kind of like it.
But as a child, you know what I mean? When you looking at that situation and like seeing what people are doing, you know what I mean? Because I made sense of shit when I was a child. I had to. Like, you didn't think that like,
I was like, why is that wrong? Like, I questioned it. Yeah, like, why don't you?
Maybe because I'm part of the wrongness. Allegedly,
I was like, I questioned it, but listen, I was a kid though, so yeah, of course I questioned it, but I still went along with what everyone else was doing. Like, but then I learned, as I grew up, like we're all people, and you love who the fuck you love. No one chooses to wake up and get fucking picked on every day, to get tortured every day. No one chooses that.
That's whack. It's whack for people to still, you know what I mean,
think that
harp
people,
on that issue. You know what I mean?
That's a choice. Like, no, it's not, because no one chooses to wake up.
I never chose no shit. Unlike you know what I mean. I didn't wake up one day feeling like, you know, I'm not trying to say you did.
I didn't. I had to learn. And
you know what I mean?
I love to
I was always gay. I always like guys, niggas, you know what I mean? Men's, you know what I mean? Sticks, foes, you know what I mean? Stuff like that.
I like females, but I didn't know I liked them in a sexual way.
I'm going to be honest, you know what I mean? That type of stuff I like, you know what I mean? I didn't like women. I enjoyed the company of women and being around women, but I never enjoyed... Like, you know what I mean?
Sexual
like the
intimacy.
Women, you know what I mean? Women. You know what I mean? I never was like that. You know what I mean? It was always the appreciation of women. Maybe because of me growing up with a single mom and appreciate my mom so much and never being that I can't sexualize women because of how much respect I hold for her. You get what I mean? Like, I cannot sexualize a woman. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I mean, it is what it is. But unlike you, I've always, and I mean always,
unlike you,
still to this day, you know what I mean? Love, like, you know what I mean? Love, everything. Man, mon, like that. You know what I mean?
No, man.
So, you know what I mean? I didn't wake up with it one. I'm not trying to say you woke up with it one day.
No, I did. I had to experience things and like really like.
But see, I didn't experience nothing. Even with me not having no sexual experience when I was 16. You get what I mean?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I was still feeling super gay.
I didn't lose my virginity until I was 17.
So it's like.
I was just like growing up.
Definitely not something you wake up with. Definitely not. You know what I mean?
Homosexual is bad. So
like,
that's what I thought.
The reason I go so.
Y'all gonna have to give y'all closing details because we gotta wrap it up.
Real quick, the reason. Damn, I forgot what I was about to say, but damn.
All right, the reason we were talking about how the way you grew, like you never had no female sexual attraction, basically. Like,
yeah, you know what I mean. It's
you knew from the start.
It's not. It's nothing you acquire. For some, it may be, but you know what I mean. The original OGs out here, you know what I mean. It's nothing you acquire. You know what I mean. It is what it is. You know what I mean. Just how Sha'Carri is a straight man, he love women. You know what I mean. The other men in this room who love women, and vice versa. You get what I mean. That's how I view men. You get what I mean. And that's just how it was like wired in my brain. You know what I mean. My brain is not the same as your brain. So you know what I mean. At the end of it, don't judge gay people because they're gay. Judge them on the content of their character, just like Martin Luther King said, you black people who like to marginalize other black people. And I said what I said, and I don't apologize for it. I'm usually the most unpopular opinion. It is what it is.
But
protect
it is what gays. It is. And he said what he said.
For real, seriously.
And
protect everybody, though.
No, honestly.
No, protect everybody, no. With all due respect, protect everybody. You know what I mean? We all deserve the same, you know what I mean? Rights, respects, laws, everything, you know what I mean? So when something is made equal for your sister or your brother in the community, or not even in the community, of a community who is also marginalized, you know what I mean?
Feel it as for you.
Feel it as for you. Feel it as for the greater good. Feel it as for, you know what I mean, like, we're progressing, steps. You know what I mean? We're progressing. Like, somebody else is getting on the same level as me, other than, you know what I mean, somebody is getting higher than me. Because 9 times out of 10, if a law is being created for like a other community who the world don't even like for real, you know what I mean? It's because it's probably needed, and that's just no shade. With all due respect.
All right, man. We had a good ass fucking session today.
Yeah, I'm
Awesome.
sorry, made it about that, but
Don't
you know
be
what I mean?
sorry.
Like, it's my mission.
Some good talks.
my
And
mission.
No,
it-
with
and
this
it
stuff that
probably
needs to
was
be talked
needed.
about.
Yeah.
That needs to be talked about.
You feel me? But we gonna wrap that shit up today.
Okay.
I guess they gonna take another shot.
You two
I'm
should-
good. No, I'm good. I'm
You
good.
too.
One more
all of
shot.
us.
Nah, I gotta drive just like you gotta drive, my guy.
Oh gosh. Don't
But
tell
I'm
me.
not
He's
you.
still.
I'm not you though.
Okay, respectfully, his experience is not my experience, so I cannot
No,
judge
no,
him.
no,
on that.
no, 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 no,
No,
I
no,
got
no.
I
Just
poured
a little
some.
bit. That's not
I
fair
poured
though.
some.
That's
I
not fair
poured
though.
some. Look, he
Look at
poured.
this.
He
That's
got
a
some.
shot.
I poured some.
Come on
God,
now.
that's a shot, my guy.
Oh hell no.
Don't
What?
peer pressure. Peer pressure.
That's more than-
It's a.
That's more than a shot.
You feel me? Like no.
But with all,
I gotta get home.
I guess you know what I mean. Cheers, with all
got
due
shit to
respect.
Cheers.
With all due respect, for real.
Hey, with all due respect, man. Alright. We gonna wrap it up today, ladies and gents. It was some good talks, for real, for real, for real. I like that. I like it. I love it. I love it, man. And we gonna check out today, man.
I enjoy being here. I would love to come back. You know what I mean? Y'all comment down in the comments. Y'all want me to come back with my opinions.
I mean, you can come back.
Pins.
She came back.
Opinions.
I did. I came
You
back.
know, this her
like
second
2,
time.
3
You feel
weeks
me?
later.
Nah, but you know, I definitely think Sha'Carri and what is it? Suge or Suge?
Shook.
Don't do my boy like that.
I'm playing with him. I definitely appreciate what Suge and Sha'Carri doing. You know what I mean? I've been watching a little YouTube, not Lil. I hear people say Lil. You know?
Yeah.
Don't you hate that? Don't you hate that? But
Downplay it.
I've been watching their big YouTube videos. Or whatever.
They big.
And you know what I mean? Like, literally,
podcast.
I can honestly, podcast that was posted on YouTube, I can respectfully say that, you know what I mean, they is speaking on some facts, you know what I mean. If it wasn't facts, I would have been here a little bit earlier. So, period. Like I said, follow me on Instagram at FUKCHRSTIN and on Twitter at FUKCHRISTIN. And if on Snapchat, if you get really wild, follow me on Snapchat at its_Christian.
He does the vlogging too.
2 N's. I do vlogging. I do a
subscribe to him on
commentary.
YouTube.
I'm really about to be a social media personality of the world.
Hello.
But you know what I mean? It is what it is. You got to manifest certain things. So I said,
Ain't it?
I said it
Yes.
here first.
And it's
you
gonna
know what I mean?
happen.
Chicago got my first interview, my first, you know what I mean, podcast. So you know what
Because
I
I'm
mean?
going to be on his shit with him.
This going to be worth $1 million one day.
Ain't
Seriously.
it? Okay.
So all right, we go check
Are
out,
we-
man. Oh, you? Oh, okay.
Go ahead,
okay.
Just kidding. No.
Go ahead, finish. I might need to hear it. You never know.
I had nothing to say. I don't know. I was like, oh, are we done now?
I mean, you got
We're
social
not.
media. You know, tell people your social media.
Oh. Okay. So my Instagram is animated anomaly, and Snapchat is diverse divinity or cultured coyote. My TikTok is diverse divinity. That's what it is. So there you go. All right.
Oh my God.
I'm not a social media person
feel
now.
you.
Yeah,
I'm
I feel you.
okay.
yeah. If you don't got the time to
But
follow
see,
her, make sure you follow
I
her.
remember, you know.
Seriously. if you don't got the time.
All right, but we
Yeah.
go check out today, ladies and gents, man. I appreciate y'all for coming out today for real.
I don't have.
And we out.